So we're finally here, recording for you. It's the podcast that you've tuned into. That's all I got.
That's pretty good. But
That's all I got. I was.
Welcome back to the DK Rap Analyst Podcast,
I
where
was-
we analyze. We spent 2 hours analyzing the DK Rap.
I was trying to think of a second line like all day. Like I came up with that this morning. I was like, that would be good on the podcast. No, I just wanted to do something different because I'm always like, oh, it's episode whatever. So I was like, oh, let's do something funny.
Episode
Let's do something funny.
69.
It's episode 10. It's double digits, dude.
Yeah,
It's
the
one
double digit special.
It's 1/5 of a year, and by special, we're not going to do anything special.
How funny that for episode 10, this big moment in this podcast history, we open with some sad news.
We also changed the schedule.
Yeah, because
we
I have
moved up.
work on Fridays.
Yeah.
And normally when we record,
feels-
so now we're recording on
feels-
a Wednesday.
Yeah, it feels so weird doing it like so soon after, even though it's only been like
Yeah.
5 days compared to the normal 7. But I'm just so used to like getting back from that class and then recording
Yeah.
like after that. So it's like later in the day and earlier in the week. Mm-hmm. So it's really weird.
So, since I already mentioned it, let's rip off that Band-Aid now.
Yeah.
Alpha Dream's gone bankrupt, guys. What the
F
fuck?
in the comments. Yeah, really.
Who was expecting that?
I don't know.
No one was
I mean,
thinking about this.
I was like a bit concerned that they hadn't revealed a new game by now, because Paper
Yeah.
Jam was like 2015 or 16.
Yeah, and apparently the Bowser's Inside Story remake was a flop. Like it sold terribly. And by the way,
I heard
I'm gonna predict it now. It's probably gonna become rare for
I heard it.
3DS
Oh
collecting.
yeah, dude, we're gonna be rich
We are. We're gonna
because you
sell
gave me
it.
that
We're
extra copy you got.
Yeah, 'cause I swindled Amazon.
Dude,
I'm a
it's gonna be.
genius.
Do you think it's gonna be more expensive than the original, or do you think people are gonna value the
think
original
so.
more?
I don't know. I think it's gonna have its own. I think people in the future are gonna be like, "Oh, this Bowser Jr. mode's actually pretty cool."
I don't think so. I feel like most people are just like they really just tacked it on there to make it full price.
I think that people are gonna. There's gonna be a cult following for it. People are
Maybe.
gonna find value
I
in it.
like I don't know. I was so conflicted. I was like, I don't like some of the changes they made, but at the same time, it like reignites that like wonder I had when I first played the
Yeah.
game.
I
And I was
need
like,
to get
whoa,
back
I'm like
to it.
inside. And like the music was so good. Like
Yeah,
I don't
really
know.
do like
It just
that game
felt like
soundtrack.
it felt like replaying it for the first time again, which isn't something you get often. Mm-hmm. It was just wonderful, and it brought back all the good memories I had playing that game for the first
Yeah,
time. So I was like, I
I
can't really
agree.
knock it. There's a few minor things that I don't like, but all around, it's just nice to see like an old classic with like a fresh coat of paint. It's nice
Yeah.
that they didn't change too much. Like it's nice that like all the changes they made were like arbitrary little things like sprites or animations or whatever,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I personally wasn't the biggest fan of Bowser's model that they used in that game because they just kind of used the same one from like Dream Team.
Yeah.
And I was like, I liked the original one because in the games before he hadn't really been too like detailed because he was an NPC, but like since they made him playable, they made him a lot more like animated and fluid and
Yeah.
like I feel like they kept some of that in the remake, but I thought it was weird how like when you press X to hit a block, the animation's just like instant, like you don't really see him. Yeah, he barely like moves his arm, whereas like in the original, you can really like see the animation and the sprite.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I like that you can refight the giant battles, although they don't seem much too more difficult. Feels like they just kind of tacked that on there. I was hoping they'd be more difficult, like Dream Team.
Yeah. I only really played Bowser's Inside Story. I haven't really got into the other Mario and Luigi games, but I know that all of them, at least the original trilogy, are considered to be like all really good
Oh, yeah.
in their own ways.
I would
And
even say. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just really, I do want to get into them, and it does suck knowing that this company is gone. And I think Arlo, when he uploaded his video about
Yeah,
it, raised
I
some
watched
good
that.
questions about the future of the series, and also someone else I was talking to mentioned, does this mean there's going to be Paper Mario RPGs?
I
if
hope
Alpha
so.
Dream
Yeah,
is gone?
I was thinking that too. I was that even before I watched that video, I was
Yeah.
like, that must mean like the director has no excuse now. Like she was like, oh, we don't want two Mario RPGs clashing.
Yeah, it's like,
And I'm
hey,
like, but people
we,
love both of them for different reasons. Wow, Paper
can
Jam
we
was
get,
2015. That's nuts.
Man,
That was
that's
4 years
crazy.
ago.
That's 4 years ago.
I know. I feel so
Can we
old.
can we get the lead director for Breath of the Wild? Can we get him back? Can we have him direct the remake for A Thousand Year Door?
Oh boy.
And then,
Why
and then-
why Breath of the Wild?
because I think it was him. I think it was the guy who directed Breath of the Wild. I forget who. It was the guy who remember the original Switch presentation, the guy who showed off the Joy-Con. He
Yoshiaki Koizumi?
Yeah, Koizumi. He fucking loves story in video
Oh,
games,
yeah.
and like I think he would handle a Thousand Year Door remake with a lot of care.
Does he work on the games?
I think so.
I didn't think he did. I thought he was just kind of like the PR guy. I thought he was kind of like Reggie, where he just kind of like shows
No,
up.
he worked
shows
on
off.
he worked on Mario Odyssey,
Huh. I didn't know
and
that.
he even worked on movies apparently.
He's weirdly like public, I guess. I don't know the right word,
Yeah.
but like he shows his face a lot for someone who's
Yeah.
normally like behind the scenes. Like you see like Miyamoto and like Sakurai a lot,
Yeah.
but you always think of those guys as like
Yeah.
developers because they're very focused on their respective franchises. But then I can't really like Koizumi must work on like a lot.
Koizumi was one of the co-writers for Link's Awakening back on the Game Boy.
Wow. That's
And
crazy.
he also wrote like Rosalina's backstory
wow.
in Mario Galaxy, and he is also one of like the main people working on Majora's Mask as well.
Wow. He must have just done so much that it just all kind
Yeah.
of like blends in. You don't really think of him as like the Mario guy or the Smash guy.
Yeah, he's just there. He's always
Yeah.
there
That's,
whenever
that's pretty
people
cool.
need someone.
It's good that someone who puts like a lot of work into a lot of the games is like the face of Nintendo of Japan. He is the president,
Yeah.
right? But he also like works on the games.
I don't know. That's someone else who's the current
Is
president.
it?
Yeah. Also, update on Alpha Dream.
Oh.
While
Oh,
Alpha
already?
Dream has involvement in an upcoming Nintendo Switch game, the company is done.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna get their swan song. Potentially.
That is weird to think of them as only having made the Mario and Luigi games.
They made like a Hamtaro game too.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
I heard. That's really weird because like that just raises a lot of questions and like brings up a lot of
Yeah.
stuff we don't really know about the third-party companies in general and like how
Well,
Nintendo
they aren't
like
they aren't
handles them.
necessarily third party. They're more a second party.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
they're pretty much an independent studio that paid to use the Mario intellectual property.
I hope Nintendo like finds something good for them or at least like
Yeah.
lets them work on something so that a bunch of people don't just lose their jobs.
I mean, like a lot of people from Intelligent Systems who developed the Pokemon GameCube games, a lot of them got fucking bought out and absorbed by Game Freak.
Dude, I want them to make a game again. What the fuck?
I mean,
Switch?
James Turner was literally the man who designed Shadow
Yeah,
Lugia,
yeah.
and now he's the art director for Sword and Shield.
No,
so, like,
but I want to spin-off get like the Switch would be so good for like bringing back a bunch of like spin-off games. Like we got like Fire Emblem already, so there's a market for that. So they could definitely market like a new Conquest game, and a lot of people I feel like would be into that if there was like straight up
agree.
just like Conquest 2. Even if they like remade it and like ported it to Switch with like 3D graphics just to like test the waters, I think that would be like amazing.
kind of like how the Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake was kind of meant to be like a gauge an opinion for Luigi's Mansion 3.
like I feel like that's a much better way of gauging interest in a series than just like the
Release an
Chibi
older-
Robo
an older
Ziplash
game.
approach.
Yeah.
Where they just like they're like, hey, here's a completely different game of a completely different genre using a character who's hasn't had a proper game in like 10 years, and this will decide the fate of the franchise from now on.
Yeah,
like that's
Chibi
just so
Robo,
idiotic.
that was-
Like no offense, but that is like the dumbest thing. That'd be like if they
Nintendo,
made
don't
Pokemon
fuck up Chibi Robo.
Picross. Yeah, that'd be like if they made Pokemon Picross, and then they were like, okay, if enough people download Pokemon Picross, we'll make Gen 9. It's like, okay, like it shouldn't be riding on that. I don't get why those are the stakes, but okay. But like I think a Pokemon Conquest remake would be so good.
I agree.
And there's Ranger. Like it literally has a touch screen, and it's like a super big screen, so it'd be so much easier to just like. Didn't you say there was a firmware update that allows for like both types of styluses now?
I think so.
So
and
you could,
also I think there are keyboards and mouses available on Switch. So if people didn't really want to like use like gyro controls for a Ranger game, they
that
could
would be
use
so
a
cool.
mouse.
That'd be hilarious. Like 3 different
Yeah.
styles of play. That'd
And
be great.
also,
And
God,
if it
could you
came with, like, a
imagine the
controller
fucking the
or,
fucked up
stylus.
wrist people would get from like moving their mouse fast like in the circular directions to fucking.
I mean, yeah. As long as there's options, I feel like as long as there's options, people can't really
Yeah.
complain. Like, if it was only stylus, a lot of people would be like, what the hell? Like, you have to play in handheld mode.
Yeah,
But
then that would kind of defeat
that
the
would
whole
be a good...
purpose
Yeah,
of the
I think
Switch.
the Wiimote thing would be good too. I'm sad there was never like a Wii Ranger game. I feel like that would have been
Yeah.
like one of the first things they did.
I
'Cause
think
wasn't
that
there a
would
game
definitely-
similar to that on the Wii where you like
I'm
make
not
circles around
sure.
something?
But I
with the
know
Wiimote?
I know the Wiimote nunchuck would have been like the apex for
Yeah.
the Ranger games.
Especially being able to like move your character and like point at the same time with like the
Yeah.
nunchuck and the Wiimote.
Mhm.
It's weird to think how much the nunchuck does while just having like 3 buttons.
Yeah.
It's like a circle pad and the C and Z button, and that's it.
Mhm.
I'm just like, wow, my games have never been the same. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and like since like Ranger was like a portable game previously, and the Switch already does that, and like there's XD and Coliseum, which was previously
Yeah.
only a console game. It would be such a good like Pokemon library if like all
Yeah.
these games like they could outdo the DS honestly.
Yeah.
If okay, I'm not gonna say it like it's gonna happen, but if they make Gen 4 remakes and those are as good as people want them to be, and they did all this stuff, like I feel like they could easily beat the DS library of Pokemon games just with that, like with all those spin-offs. Because people like more than just the main series games. Like people like something like tide them over, like a non-traditional experience.
Oh man. So
Creeper?
oh man. So
Amen.
there was a there was some leak on Amazon of
Was it
of a
Farfetch'd?
no.
Oh.
Sadly, we already got that. The Fallout Legacy Collection was listed on Amazon, and apparently it's every Fallout game.
Oh.
Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4.
And Fallout 5 through 75, and Fallout
Yeah.
76.
Of course.
And Fallout New
like-
Sims, and Fallout New Doom.
But I think that's honestly kind of this. If this comes to Switch, that would
man.
absolutely be.
That would be
crazy.
pretty good. I do want to play New Vegas. I got it like so long
Yeah.
ago on Switch, and I really just want to stream it. But especially
And
if it comes with like all the
also, like,
DLC.
Yeah, and
That would be
also
really good.
even better, like this. If this game is like $40, like this
Oh, that'd
is
be
like
like a steal.
yeah, this is a steal because that's 6 games.
Yeah. And Fallout 4 is already normally like full price, like $40 or something, I think. So that
Well,
would be
you can
really
get
good.
it. I've seen used copies of it at like local retro shops go for like 6.
20. Oh, wow.
No, yeah, that game is significantly dropped in value.
My roommate
like-
gifted it to me on Steam.
But yeah,
for Christmas,
Steam
I
is
think.
still like full
Yeah.
price. But
On sale, it'll be like 20 or something.
yeah, I'm talking about like physical
Yeah,
copies.
like third-party sales.
Yeah, but man, if this is real, if this actually comes to Switch, oh man,
That would be good.
oh my god,
I still can't believe they're not bringing like any of the Persona games to Switch.
I think it's because Sega has a actual contract with Sony
Really?
about Persona.
Ah, and it's so weird that like Nintendo has Shin Megami Tensei and like
Yeah.
Sega has Persona with Sony. Like that's so weird because like Persona was originally like a SMT spinoff, right?
Yes, it was.
That's so weird. How did the license get split like this?
Because the first game was made for the PS1.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. And
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 that-
that was on the PS Classic.
Yeah,
And apparently it wasn't
What
even the
happened?
good version, right? Like it wasn't even
I
the
don't
version
know.
where they
I
like
didn't
fix
even-
some things.
I didn't even touch it.
I think someone in my server said that. They were like, it wasn't even like the good version where they like fixed this and that or whatever. Which is really silly.
Man, Sony really has been fucking up these past few years.
Yeah, really. The Vita has failed. I wonder
Yeah.
why. It must be the gamers' fault and not
Yes.
ours for not releasing any real games for it. Am I out of
Yeah.
touch? No, it's everyone else who's wrong.
Yeah.
That's Sony.
let's get to the Pokemon news because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a lot of it.
Oh yeah, wait. When
Game
was that
Informer-
broadcast thing? Friday?
So it's this Friday.
Oh,
we
right.
aren't going to be able to report on it yet.
Next
but
week. At least we had
next
something.
Wednesday. Yeah. Game Informer has gotten a lot of information about Pokemon Sword and Shield, and
Oh,
one of
yeah.
them being Pokemon Sword and Shield will have 18 gyms.
Finally, a dark type gym.
Yeah.
After all these years.
Yeah.
Took
So
them
there's
fucking
going to
20
be.
years.
So I'm guessing how it's gonna be. There's gonna be a minor league and a major league.
Yeah,
so
that's
how
what
I'm
they
guessing it's
said.
gonna be structured
9
is
each.
9 gyms,
Each.
minor league,
Yeah.
and then 9 gyms Major League.
Do you think those are going to
And
vary between the versions? Like how they
I
first
think
showed?
so. I
Like, do you
think
think
so.
one
And I
version will
think,
fight one gym
yeah.
first in the minor league and then the other gym second in the major league?
Yes, I think that would work
That would be
very
cool.
well. And also, if they like, considering Game Freak has been very noticing of the competitive crowd, like I think they're
Hmm.
going to make the games like a little bit more difficult, like give better coverage on some Pokemon, especially considering it's one gym per type now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Are
I
they all
and
going to be like monotype? Like none of them are going to have two types at all?
I mean there's 18 types, so I mean it makes
Yeah,
sense.
but
I
like
don't
Elisa had like an Emolga, but she's still like an electric gym, and
Yeah,
like
but that's like
Skyla didn't have an
the
Emolga because it's like primarily electric.
yeah, but I don't know. I
It might
think
be
what they're
based on like
gonna
primary type. That would
I
make
think
sense. Like
so.
first type.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm just really excited to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And now with the way that they're handling the quote unquote Elite Four, what
That
I'm
tournament.
like yeah,
I
the
like that.
tournament. There and now there's not gonna be any monotype trainers for that, so it's gonna be a lot more of just
Is
well
that how it
balanced
is? It's just going to
teams.
be like trainers.
Yeah, it's
That's
just gonna
pretty
be
cool.
trainers, and that I think is really exciting. And
Hmm.
I'm very curious to see where these games are gonna go. And also, we're about to hit that period of time where we aren't sure about what we're
Yeah.
betting on these starter
We're
evolutions.
almost like a
And
month away from release, and we
I
still haven't
know,
seen the starter. Like, when was their reveal? Like February?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it happened almost the same for Alola as well.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like, what's like the frame of time? Like, when did they reveal the Galar starters? This was in like
They revealed the Galar Stars
February,
right
right?
when the game, yeah, February 7th, right when
Wow.
the game was first shown
So yeah,
off, and that's
fucking
much.
8 months.
Yeah.
8 months and no starter evolutions. They got to sell that merch before people eventually change their mind after
Yeah.
seeing the evolutions.
And also, apparently, according to the Game Informer interviews, they initially were thinking about ditching turn-based combat for Sword and Shield,
Hmm?
and they were thinking about it. But now, what they did was they've apparently reworked turn-based combat and now have made it quote unquote definitive version
In
of
Sword and Shield?
yeah.
Huh.
Let me read the PokeJungle had like tweet. Although they consider ditching turn-based combat for hashtag Pokemon Sword Shield, Game Freak made a definitive version of their tried and true battle system. Could future generations move to real-time combat via Game Informer interview?
Huh. So, like,
So
it hasn't really looked different from the stuff we've seen.
no, but I'm guessing Game Freak is not a dumb company. I think they have been purposefully hiding what's going on in the new. And I think we might have gotten small hints of it back in that E3 demo, like how there was the lightning rain effect where it
Oh,
was
from
like
the Dynamax or whatever, where
yeah
it's
no there was like
or
in the
oh,
wild when they were showing off the wild area there was a new form of weather. It was like a
oh yeah,
thunderstorm,
yeah.
and I think it boosted electric type moves as well as water moves and stuff like
That's
that.
pretty cool.
I'm guessing they're just going all out this time.
That's like the terrains from like Gen 5. That's like kind of what they were going for with the
Yeah,
terrains. But then they were like,
I'm
oh, let's only give them the starters and make them
yeah
weak moves. Didn't they make them
I
like
am
80 power or something in
The
the.
pledges, yeah.
Yeah.
They were originally 50 in Gen 5, and
Yeah. Yeah, I
then
remember.
afterwards they made them 80.
Yeah. That's a pretty good change. Not enough to
I
warrant
agree.
using it over like Scald or
No,
something,
well the thing is
but
though, in some games, like in Ultra, when they removed the Scald TM from that area, what you can do is after your starter has reached max happiness, you can just go back to the first island and get it almost pretty much at the same point as you
yeah.
would. And Fire Pledge, Grass Pledge, and Water Pledge, even though they're all special, are still probably stronger than Razor Leaf and
Obviously.
debatably as strong as Fire Fang, but definitely stronger than Water Pulse on Brionne.
Oh, for sure. If you're talking about yeah, and the Ultra also gives you access to like starters in the wild if you use that like island scan, which
Yeah.
I did in one of my playthroughs. Except I didn't use
Yes.
both starters. I just used Subtile because I
You
wanted to
can
do a playthrough without the starter for
yeah.
once.
And you could also get you can get I know you can get the Johto starters in regular Sun and Moon as
Oh
well.
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, there was it was the Gen 2 starters and the fully evolved Gen 5 starters
Huh.
and
On
I
Pony
think
Island.
that's it. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So do you think
Yeah.
that do you think it'd be cool if they added like response-based stuff, like how in like Mario and Luigi you can like counterattack or something.
Hmm.
Do you think they
I
would
think
add
that could be
something like that?
interesting.
I feel like if it let you dodge,
Potentially.
if it let you dodge like entirely, that would be a little unfair. Even though it
Yeah,
is like
especially.
skill-based.
I mean, but also we need to remember here that this combat system also has to translate into a metagame as
Yeah, of
well.
course. Of
Like,
course.
there's no way if they fully shifted to real-time combat, competitive Pokemon would change entirely.
Wouldn't it just be more of like a fighting game at that point?
Yeah, it would be like a weird, like team-based fighting game.
Yeah, I would love if they brought back triple battles,
Yeah, I agree.
especially
They
for
should
that kind
definitely
of,
do that.
especially for that kind of real time thing. Especially with like
Hmm.
Pokemon Masters, I feel like that's kind of
Yeah.
what they were experimenting with was like real time battles in Pokemon
Hmm.
Masters, which I haven't gotten much farther in because I honestly kind of lost interest after a while.
Also, oh god, that's pretty much like all the main things.
Dude, like rotation battles would be so cool too, and like
Yeah.
competitive. Just like the amount of like mind
Honestly,
games, that'd be so
I'm
good.
honestly, I'm honestly kind of sad that Gen 5 during that era of VGC they didn't actually try out having triple battles and rotation
Yeah,
battles
yeah. I wish
format.
like VGC would have been like triple or rotation or something.
Yeah,
Because there's so much like, what if they did make like a new Coliseum game, but instead of double battles, it was triple battles?
that would be really
That would be
interesting. I'd be
sick.
all and
What three Pokemon would they start you out with? Like the evolutions, I guess.
probably something like
The
probably
starters.
evolutions or potentially also like your like Pokemon who benefit from each other. Like one mon is helping hand, one of them has like heal bell.
Like a
Like
sort
Pokemon
of
who
like
all
a
like
RPG sort of thing, like attacker,
yeah.
defender, healer.
Mhm.
Like
You know
Chansey.
what
Nah, that'd be
Pokemon
kind of weird if they gave you like
I know
Chansey.
I know Chugga said this. Alomomola could work well in a game that solely is focused on triple battles.
Oh, because it gets like
It gets
quick
Wish and it
guard
gets
and
Soak
yeah.
and Quick Guard, yeah.
Maybe if they made it like good. Dude, what if Alomomola becomes the Shield exclusive meme Pokemon?
That'd be cool, but the thing is though also Alomomola is definitely not bad. Like it's a pretty solid mod. It's UU right now.
Yeah. You can tell
Because
they wanted it to evolve from Love Disc, but they were like, "Oh,
yeah,
we can't have anything evolve into it cuz it's supposed to be
yeah,
independent," which is weird.
yeah.
Wasn't there another
But like
Pokemon like that in Gen 5?
Bouffalot kind of people were thinking it was gonna
Oh,
be some sort
Tauros.
of like Tauros
That
evolution.
would have been cool. I feel like it could have just been like post game.
Yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
really
once
love
you get post
Bouffalot.
game, then you can get their pre-evolutions.
Yeah. I really love Bouffalot. I think Bouffalot's really cool. He's definitely one of my favorite Mon from
Mm.
Gen 5.
What do you think they're going to do after Sword and Shield? Like just outright. What like I know you know what I hope for, but like what do you
In terms of like naming conventions for like
no,
the
just
games
like right
or
after, like not Gen 9, but like their
oh,
next project
I feel like potentially Diamond and Pearl remakes or a third version.
of Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Gun.
Everyone memes it's Pokemon Gun, but
They
I'm just trying to think.
they haven't done a third version since Platinum because I think they know it's less profitable
Yeah.
because they know
I
people are
mean,
going to want like a third
yeah.
one. And if people think that there's just one definitive version, then they're not going to go and buy the old ones either.
Yeah.
Because then it's like,
Pokemon
why didn't they just make this in the base game in the first place?
yeah.
That was like my thoughts with Ultra. Was like,
Hmm.
why wasn't this just in the game and like in the first
Yeah.
place? Like this could have easily just been like an update where they
I
add like
remember
the Galaxy Portal
I
or whatever.
I remembered at first, right before the February 7th direct this year, I remember there was this meme someone made of like this really good like box art edit of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It was like Pokemon Let's Go Ultra Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Ultra Eevee. That was just like just
I
happened to be
saw
the
that.
same game, and like halfway through, out of nowhere, Ultra Necrozma just descends from the sky.
No, you
He's
get to
level
Victory
80.
Road.
Yeah, he
It's like
descends from
that
the
late.
sky. Yeah, he just descends from the sky. He's level 80, just fucks up your whole team and scars little Johnny for the rest of
He
his life.
absorbs your Pokemon and becomes like Pikachu
God,
Ears Necrozma and Eevee Tail Necrozma or something like that.
that's actually a good name. Like for real, that actually makes
I
sense.
was gonna try and come up with something stupid where it's like the opposite, because you know how they did that with like Dusk
Yeah,
Wings or like Dawn Wings Necrozma and Dusk
and
Mane Necrozma,
Duskmane,
where it's like kind of the opposite.
Pikachu, Tail Necrozma, and Eevee Ears Necrozma.
No, it'd be like the other way around. I don't know. It'd just be like a headband and like an elastic tail. Just regular Necrozma with
On
like
regular, on Ultra
cosplay.
Necrozma.
Yeah, no, on like regular Necrozma. That's his form.
By the way, imagine being like 8 years old and playing Pokemon Ultra and just seeing Ultra Necrozma with that terrifying ass organ music. Like
Yeah, oh my god. That's like Final
some
Fantasy
kid,
for some kids.
yeah, this some kids definitely getting scarred for life from that.
Dude, and
Like
I thought
that's
Pokemon
kind of
Fire Red
scary.
as a kid was hard. I would like get to
Yeah,
the Elite Four and be like, I can't do it, it's too hard.
yeah, same.
And I'm just like,
And
whatever.
also, imagine if the Arceus event got released and that
Oh
was like
man.
available for kids to download because the Arceus music is actually one of the most terrifying things
Or
in a
that cutscene
Nintendo
in Heart
game.
Gold Soul Silver with just the real
That was
pictures.
available. Yeah, I had talked about this before. Those real ass
I know,
pictures.
yeah. I think
Like
everyone knows about those.
yeah, I've mentioned this, but I have this weird like phobia
Phobia
of
of
sorts
space.
of
Yeah.
space, and
You
like
told me
I
about
think
that.
I think my mom expressed like it really well that it's just like a fear of not being in control of what's
Yeah.
going
You're
on.
just kind of floating.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had dreams where I can like fly and like hover off the ground, and it's like the best shit. It feels like you're roller skating, but with like no limits. Like you don't have to worry about falling over. It's so satisfying. It feels like I have like hover boots or something like that. It's so cool. And I'm just like flying around, zipping around. It's so fun. I wish I could have dreams like that more often, or just that specific power in my dreams. Dude, I want to make that. That would be a cool idea for like a roguelike game or something where like you go
Yeah.
into a dream and you can like choose what powers you have, and you have to like influence the events of the dream or something like that, and like whether you have like a daydream or like a nightmare is like the difficulty, and like the worse things
And,
go, like the harder it gets. Oh, that's such a
and
cool idea.
I also an idea for that. Every now and again, your dream could become lucid,
Oh
and you
yeah.
pretty much have full control, and you can like do like it's lucid for like a specific amount of time. So you have to like you can very quickly, if you wanted to, you could just teleport to the final boss if you
Would it
feel
be
like
like
you're
a
up to it.
real time thing? Like I was thinking like it's lucid to begin with, but like maybe there could be parts where like you lose control if it's like too nightmare-y.
I was thinking like potentially it would just be like a random event that could occur, like for this amount of time, your dream is lucid.
But like
Go
what
fucking
would it
nuts.
be when it's not though? If you're not like directly controlling it?
That's a
Or
good
like
point.
do you mean like lucid dream is like, oh, just like God mode is on now and like you
Yeah,
can do whatever
like
you
for
want.
this amount of time, like oh, your
Like
dream's
infinite
gone
life,
lucid.
infinite ammo,
Yeah.
infinite strength or whatever. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Your dream has gone lucid for a minute. Good luck.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
Battle Royale. Hack yourself, open console commands in your dream. Or the game just like
Oh,
doesn't tell you how to do it. It's just like God mode is enabled and you're like, what does that even mean? Like you don't even know how to do it. There's like a secret input. Because in dreams they have those things where it's just like, oh, you just gotta know, you know.
yeah.
Or like you'll be talking to someone and like you know it doesn't quite look like them, but like in the dream you know it is them. Like I'll like
Yeah.
wake up from a dream and I'll be like, oh, I can't really remember what they looked like, but like I know it was like so and so. Like I'll know it was like you or my roommate or an
Yeah.
old teacher or something like that, which is really weird. That would be cool. Do you still have any experience in game design? Because I will gladly like help.
Most of it was just 3D modeling. I have not touched C Sharp ever since the end of my
Was
junior
it like
year.
Blender or Unity?
It was Unity.
Oh, nice. I know literally nothing about 3D modeling or like art. So I feel like if I get like an easy like language to learn, like Python's really easy. So if I just get into Python, I could totally just make a game if I was
We
dedicated
learned
enough.
C Sharp.
That would be an
in
interesting
my
mechanic.
class.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I learned C in my CS 135 class, and that was about as far as I went into that sect of my classes because I did not want to do 212. It sounded like a nightmare. First thing, it was only at like 7 a.m., like 7, 8 a.m. class. And there was there were no other sections of it. So if you wanted to take 212, you had to take it that early. And second, it's like, I can't remember if it's like an hour and a half or if it's like every day. I think it's just like an hour and a half or like an hour, 15 minutes or something like that. Cause like all your units add up to 2.5 hours. That's why there's like you either get like 3 50-minute classes or 2-hour 15-minute classes or just one 2.5 hour class, which is pretty weird. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that dream thing would be like an interesting like side mechanic in an RPG. Like depending on how well you do in the dream, like your day can go any certain
Yeah.
way. Like it might also like affect your dialogue options. Like you might be more grouchy
Yeah.
if you have a nightmare, or might be like more upbeat and have more energy
Yeah, that could be
to
really
like do
cool.
stuff. Because like RPGs always have those mechanics where it's like this is your effort points, and like you can use so many to do tasks. I'm mostly
Hmm.
thinking of like Fire Emblem, but I'm positive like
Yeah.
other RPGs have like task points or
Hmm.
something like that, or Three Houses specifically, because I don't think it's in any other Fire Emblem games. As far as I'm
Yeah.
aware, I haven't played that many, but
Hmm.
it could be a cool like other half of the game. Like you go to bed and you like it becomes like a top down like fighting game or something, or
Yeah.
like a roguelike or some shit like that where you just like have powers and you dream and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. And you could like oh, that'd be so cool if you could like run into someone you know in the dream and like tell them something
Oh
so
yeah.
that when you like see them in real life, they're like, "Oh, I had this dream about you. You told me this." And you're like, "Yeah, I did that." And they're like, "What?" That'd be a cool like
Well,
plot development point
yeah.
where it's like, "Oh, we can
Hmm.
like communicate in dreams. Like, what do we do with this?" That'd be
Hmm.
cool. Man, I need to stop thinking of games to make and actually learn how to make games.
Yeah.
And maybe
I
learn game
am.
design as
I
like a principal.
am like I am just for me. I'm thinking about going back to it,
Maybe. Yeah,
but
maybe someday once like the stigma's gone of school.
once I get the asshole teacher who
Yeah.
was very mean
You
to
just
all
gotta
of
have fun
us.
with it, man. I'm not saying oh get over it, but I'm being like oh
Yeah.
you just gotta like once you
Feel
get something
for it.
you know you want to do, like you'll be
Hmm.
back into it. Like once you're for sure
Hmm.
like I want to make this, you'll be back in
So,
the zone.
hmm so I beat Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm posting all my thoughts on games as I beat them on my Twitter. Follow me at SimisirO,
You're in the
and
description already.
I know, but
I
still gotta make a vocal promo. And
30 minutes in.
basically, for me, I think a lot of the reason of why I liked it at first was just because I was a very depressed high school senior, and that game was like
Mm.
it was like my escape for the shit that I was going through that
For
year.
the holiday.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
like
same.
this is my comfort. This is like I'm
Yeah, it
happy
was
playing
nice.
this because it's new Pokemon.
And
It's
it's like here's your best friend. It's
yeah.
like the anime.
Yeah. Like, and I felt myself growing really attached to the Pokemon I had.
Yeah,
Like
same. Those little
it
cutscenes are
was
really cute. I'll give them that. Even
yes.
though it is just Kanto again, like those definitely
Yeah,
bring
like
some charm
they
into it.
definitely were trying to make this like the best version of Kanto.
Yeah, and I still think it was like Fire Red still has its charm for being like more
I think
retro.
I think Fire Red is the better content,
Yeah,
but Let's Go is like if
the
you want
better
to play
experience.
yeah, if you want to play like the better experience of Kanto, and it's like really feel good. Like
Feel
I
good.
think I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Ooh,
Like, and I think it's definitely I think it's still good. I think it's still very much worth your time.
yeah.
It's just that I think if you want the definitive full Kanto experience, you should probably play Fire Red first
Mm. That was
to
my
get
first
the gist
Pokemon
of
game
it.
too.
Yeah, same.
Uh,
Fire Red specifically.
yeah, I want to say if you want to get into Pokemon, you should usually play like the latest game first, like the latest like main series game. Like Let's
Hmm.
Go, I wouldn't say because it's like completely different. Like it's got like fairy
And
type, but it
also,
doesn't have held
yeah.
items or abilities or natures.
Yeah,
Does
I
it
know
have natures?
Scott the Woz said Let's Go was his first attempt in trying to get into Pokemon. He wasn't really vibing
Well,
with it.
that's a completely different thing altogether too.
If you think Scott's gonna buy Pokemon Sword or Shield,
Maybe.
if he actually tries to play through it, if in a few weeks, if I see him post you breaking news, local doesn't like Pokemon, Scott the Woz really likes Pokemon Sword and Shield, I will be a very happy boy.
Yeah. Yeah, because like if you play the older games first, you're constantly having to like, oh, what did they
Learn the new
change? What did they
things.
add? Whereas like if you're
Hmm.
keeping up with the games, you like know what they're adding,
Yeah,
basically, which is a very important like
yeah,
because it's easier to go back and be like, oh, those
hmm,
aren't in the game, like they took them out, not oh they
yeah.
changed it or they put something in that changes it.
Hmm.
It's like a completely different thing altogether, which is very weird.
Um.
What else is there? That broadcast is on
Also,
Friday, so that's going to be interesting.
yeah, that's I'm gonna be at work for I'm guessing when
I'll
all the
keep you
juicy
posted
stuff
if
happens.
anyone
Yeah,
notices anything.
I'm probably yeah. I'm probably gonna check Twitter whenever I'm in the bathroom or whenever I'm in my lift on the way home.
On
And,
break. What, how long is your shift? Like 6 hours?
um, It's 5 hours, and I have a
Alright.
15-minute break.
That's not too bad.
So honestly, I'm really liking my job. It's entirely brainless. It's just
Mm.
like you just sit there, you just listen, you repeat, and like you occasionally correct, and you press the F keys for like
To
new
pay
voice
respects.
ringing. God damn it.
You opened yourself up to that one.
I did open myself up to that one. This is revenge for the Joe Mama joke in the last episode.
Yeah, it's Revenge by Captain Sparkles.
And but yeah, it's a good enough job.
Yeah,
And
I'll definitely keep you updated. Do you want me to like DM you if anyone like
yeah,
finds something?
my phone's on silent, so I'll be
Yeah.
fine. Like
So like if you check it,
whenever I have to pee.
whenever you have to check it.
Yeah. If
Dude,
I better see Galarian Krabby and
Yeah.
Galarian Kingler with the big ass shield like we talked
Or
about
the starter
before.
evolutions. Those are like our main bets.
I'm not fully sure if we'll see them in that one. I think that's kind of a weird way of
I don't
introducing
know.
them.
Like I feel like it'd be at the end or something. Like she's
I
like, oh, we have starter Pokemon, and then they
Yeah.
just evolve or something. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
potentially.
surprised.
All right, but yeah, keep me updated.
Can do.
I feel like I'll turn on Cerebi tweet notifications
Yeah.
as well.
I'll be in
They'll
class
be-
in the morning, but I'll definitely be out like
I mean,
all afternoon.
I am on Friday. I go to work at 1:45 p.m.
Oh,
So
boy.
I feel like I'll see a good portion of the of announcements.
Yeah,
or
totally.
new
Especially if you
info
wake
there.
up at your 6 a.m. commando time.
No, it's not even 6 a.m. It's
Oh,
4
600
a.m.
hours.
I am.
You
I am
usually
the-
wake up that early anyway.
Yeah.
You're like
So-
one of the 4 people who post at like 4 a.m. in my server sometimes.
Yeah.
When I worked at at the grocery store down the street from where I live, they would always give me like 7.5 hour shifts so that they didn't have to give me a lunch, because we only get lunch if you would only get lunch, a 30-minute lunch if your shift was 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's really dumb because they're like, oh, we're paying you for an extra half hour, but you're also getting half. I'm like, fuck off. That's so stupid.
yeah.
I'm like, you expect my motivation to be high when you're giving me 2 10-minute breaks over the course of 8 hours or 7.5 hours. Like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I was like, but that job would have been so much better if there were like actual sane people in charge, and not just like
Yeah.
people who accused me of sitting down when I wasn't. And then the one time I was, I felt like I was having a heat stroke and was gonna pass out because I'm
Yeah.
like a skinny little kid and I'm pushing shopping carts in the summer sunlight. It is not fun, especially when you're anemic like me.
Yeah. One second? Could I go for a second? Because I need to grab a snack. And,
Okay, how long is that
So
gonna
if
take?
we're gonna- I don't know, just like 30 seconds.
Okay,
Did you
speed run, go.
Timer and time.
Your timing's very off, or my timing's very off. About 30 seconds, anyway.
All right. So also
What you got?
I got some Hostess ding dongs,
Oh, boy.
and I got a Propel.
Just like yourself,
Yes.
you are a Propel.
Yes, I am. I mean, considering
Joke
how much
of
I
the
drink,
obvious
I'm pretty sure my body is like 2% Propel at this point.
Yeah, 68% water, 2% Propel.
Yeah, and also considering how much cool blue Gatorade I drink, I feel like I'm 2% blue number 6.
Dude, what if you like went under like a fluorescent light bulb and your veins just lit up?
I'd be cool with that. That'd be sick. Whenever I go to a mini golf course, everyone would be looking at
Oh
me.
yeah, that's true. Though yeah, they use those for some reason. It makes the balls like light up.
Yeah.
That's freaky to think about. It's like, what if you had cum stains all over your socks?
What, from the fucking like the ankle?
Yeah, well, because they make your socks all like purple, you know. And a lot of people, I don't, but I've heard a lot of people like, I don't get why people cum in socks. That just sounds uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just trying to ignore me by eating your ding dong, you ding dong.
Yeah.
Answer the
This is
question. Why do people do that?
I don't know. I don't do that.
Because like, what if you did and it like went through and like you went in the mini golf course and there's splotches all over your socks? Then
Why
what?
would people just think you spilled barbecue sauce on it and
You
you
spilled
cleaned it up?
fluorescent light bulb juice.
Yeah, because common drink with us Zoomers.
I don't think I'm a Zoomer. I think I'm a Gen Zer.
That's the same. Zoomer
No?
is a funny name for Gen
Is that what
Z.
it is? Oh god, is
Yeah.
that what the Z is for? Oh god, I didn't put it together this whole time.
No, it's just alphabetically. Gen X and then millennials are Generation Y and we're Gen Z.
Dude, we're out of generations. We're gonna fucking run out of people.
No, next is Generation Alpha.
Again. Like, when did we start naming them? Like, I don't get that.
The last recorded the I think I don't know,
The
but I know
earliest
like
recorded?
the oldest people living within a generation are people who are before baby boomers, part of the greatest generation.
Huh. Is that what they
Which
called
I
it? Isn't it because they survived World War One or something?
Yes, I think so.
That makes them the greatest? Even though most
Hmm.
people didn't go to war? It's like, wow, you're the greatest for being alive during this thing you had nothing to do with. It's a bit.
Yeah,
It's a bit of
it's true.
a. They're patting themselves on the shoulders there. They're like, we shall call ourselves the greatest generation.
I mean, it was the 20s.
Why
They didn't
didn't?
know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it was the roaring 20s, even though the economy went to shit. Dude, we're gonna be in the
They didn't know
20s
what was gonna
again in
happen.
2 months. Technically three, because October just started. So, like, 3 months. That's so weird. It's gonna be the 20s
Oh
again.
God, yeah.
My grandpa would have been 99 today, and he would have turned 100 next year.
Dang.
I know, right? It's so weird.
Also, I started the third Phoenix Wright game.
Oh,
Phoenix
yeah.
Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Now, I was gonna give my thoughts. I've beaten the first two cases. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the first case was really good. It was a very interesting way of having a tutorial.
Yeah.
And it was a really interesting spin on the tutorial. And the second case, well, good. I was kind of disappointed in it because I thought it was going one way and it was gonna be like kind of different, and then it just kind of wasn't.
Hmm. Are you gonna play the 3DS one when you're done with this one, or the 3DS ones?
Yeah, most likely.
Nice.
Well after this, after Trials and Tribulations is Apollo Justice Ace Attorney,
Which one
where
is
it
that one
follows
on?
a. It's the it was on DS and 3DS,
Oh, nice.
and yeah, the 3DS re-release, which was kind of a remaster, was only released digitally. At least I think only in America.
Oh. And I think what was it? The fifth one was just on 3DS.
Yeah, there's 5 and 6, which are on 3DS.
Wasn't one of them like Ghost Detectives or some shit?
I don't know. I haven't played them.
It was called like Phantom something or other.
Spirit of Justice
Yeah, that
is
was
what you're
it. I knew it
thinking.
was some ghost name. Was that the fifth one or the sixth one?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, but yeah, they only released they only released any of the 3DS games physically in Japan, and I'm not a fan of that.
Damn.
That makes me very sad.
That is a bit sad.
And you know what game never came out in America? The Ace Attorney Investigations sequel, Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
Huh.
That game never came out. It has a fan translation, and
Oh
I'm
boy.
going to play it.
You know how that
But
be.
yeah, it just sucks knowing that like this game that probably would have sold well. Ace Attorney does have a cult following. It sold pretty decently every time, but I don't know. Maybe just Investigations didn't sell well.
I don't know. I
Considering it was
wouldn't
a
know.
spin-off
I never
series.
kept up with that.
Neither have I. That's why I'm kind of really enjoying going to these games with zero expectations.
Yeah.
The only expectations I'm really hearing are from whenever I start them in
Mm.
like your Discord server.
Yeah, just like stating like what you expect.
Yeah,
It's
just
like those things you did in like elementary school, like what you know, what you want to know, and what you
Mhm.
learned. It was
Yeah.
usually something teachers made you do when we watched a video, just so that they could
Mhm.
have you do something. They're like, all
Mhm.
right, put what you know about cells, and then it's like, oh, you write it, and then put what you want to know about cells, and then she puts on like Bill Nye, and it's like, write what you learned about cells. I
Mhm.
hope nobody thought I meant like prison cells. Although the idea of like millions of tiny prison cells in your body is really funny.
That is very funny.
Just like, let me out, and then when it gets out, it just mitoses or something. That's how cells works.
That is true. That's the facts.
Like her or not, she's spitting straight facts.
Is I love the meme, especially the one of Isabelle. It's just playing the chipmunk version of Numa Numa.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
That was one I've seen recently. It was just
Oh
really
my
funny. It was
god.
just a video of Isabelle singing, but it was like sped up slightly, and they're just playing the chipmunk version of the Numa Numa song.
That's pretty funny. You'll have to show me that later.
I need to find it is the thing.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Dude, I don't know what it was after last Friday, after our last podcast, but after we recorded the last podcast, I fucking beat Enter the Gungeon for the first time, and then I proceeded to beat all of the rest of the characters' endings within the span of 24 hours. Because I beat it
Jesus.
after 1 a.m., and then by the time I finished the last one was like midnight of the next day. So I was like, it's been like 23 hours and I beat all 4 characters. I was like, holy
That's
shit.
kind of you were in the zone.
I really was. I was like,
You
this
were
is
ready.
I was like, this is my finest gaming achievement. And it even took me a couple runs. Like I died on like the Marine was like the hardest one, honestly. The Huntress and the
Yeah.
I'll give my ratings. The Marine is like the hardest, and some of the attack patterns are dumb. But if you play well, you'll just eventually win, and you won't have to worry about running out of ammo or whatever. But the Pilots is the most fun because you're in like a spaceship, and it becomes like a shoot 'em up, and the boss fight is really fun, and it's really satisfying to just like get the patterns down and like dodge everything perfectly and like shoot down the like tiny ships and stuff. The Huntresses, I feel like, was the most interesting because hers takes place like 1,000 years ago, like before the game takes place, and she got like frozen, and
Yeah.
like she fights this like guy who has like a robot, and you beat the robot. But I feel like it was really easy. Like I wasn't expecting to have killed it so soon, and I was just like, okay. And then like apparently she just gets frozen anyway. Like I don't get what the point of like going back and killing her past was. And then the Convicts, I feel like, was the most like stylized. Like her whole fight is like based around like Hotline Miami, because you're in like a nightclub, and then like some guy comes
That's
after
cool.
her, and then you fight them, and then when you win, you literally leave the place and get in your car and drive away. And the thing is, she literally doesn't have an option not to kill your past. Like most of the characters have like dialogue options where it's like fight back or like run away or something like that. And obviously like the running away is like what they did in the first place to like regret their past. But the Convicts is just like flip the table, and the other one is just like flip the table again. So it's like, oh, that's pretty funny. Or no, it was like teach them a lesson, and in parentheses it
Yeah.
said like flip the table, and then the second option was teach them a lesson again, and then it said flip the table. So I thought that was really funny. And her fight was not the easiest, but it certainly wasn't the hardest. Like it took some clutch like play to like do it on my first try, because obviously going into it like completely blind, you don't know what to expect, so you're
Yeah.
just like panicking most of the time. So after doing all the other characters pass, after getting to the Marines pass first and then dying, I did all the other ones and then finally did the Marines. And
boy.
it was really cool. And now I finally unlocked the robot, one of the 4 unlockable characters,
That's
which
cool.
was a pain in the butt, but at least I don't have to do it anymore. You have to take this TV down to the 5th floor, and every time you roll, the TV falls out of your inventory. So you have to keep picking it back up, or else the rat will steal it. So it's really annoying. And also, one of the bullet guys, you're supposed to like let these caped bullet guys teleport away by not shooting them. But in the Forge, there are like these fire pipes, like you know, like Flame Man stage from Mega Man 1.
Yeah.
How they have like those like fire things like looping out every like couple seconds. They have like those in the Forge, and like you can shoot them to like stop them. But the guy was like in the way, and he walked in front of the fire and died. And I was like, God damn it. Because I got another one on that run too, so I could have had 2 more and only been 1 away from unlocking him. But that'll just have to be another day.
Yeah.
So that's a shame. But yeah, I'm hoping you get Gungeon soon. It's really good. I want you to play, and I want to. The Cultist has a
gonna give it a
past too,
shot.
apparently, for co-op.
That's cool.
So if we play, you can be like the single player, and I'll be the second player. So that if you die, I can at least.
Yeah.
We'll play on mine, so that like if you die, I can at least like try and get to the end.
I won a Steam copy of Sonic Mania.
Oh yeah,
from
I
a
heard about
Discord
that.
server I
That's
met.
really cool.
So,
What server was it?
it was the server for the podcast that I occasionally listen to that Defunct Land was in.
Oh,
and,
nice. I thought you were talking about our
basically they-
podcast. I was like, what?
No, no. They just said, "Hey guys, we're doing a giveaway. What we're gonna do is you post your favorite moment from the podcast in this chat, and then we'll
Nice.
pick our favorite, and they will win Sonic Mania for free, and so I
Dude,
did.
we should do that. Let's do a giveaway. I have a 12-month subscription for Nintendo Switch Online.
This
We
is
could do
pretty.
that.
It's pretty. That's a pretty good deal.
Let's do that for the 12th episode. I'll be like
I've enjoyed
I'll be
that.
like, tell us your favorite moment from any of the podcast episodes, and
Yeah.
I'll put you in a raffle for a 12-month
Hmm.
on Nintendo Switch Online. It would have to run at least like a week to give people time to
Yeah.
like listen to each episode, or like
Hmm.
listen to at least a couple episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Um.
I was just gonna
After
give it
I.
away on Twitter. I was just gonna be like, follow, retweet, and I'll give you a
Mhm.
Switch Online thing because I got it with Mario Maker
Um.
2 because I thought the Mario Maker 2 bundle was like actually like
Mhm.
a bundle and it came with like a book or something like the first one did, but apparently it was just
Mhm.
12-month Nintendo Switch Online. I was like, I don't really need this for like another year because I got the
Yeah.
Twitch Prime one and I'd
Mhm.
still have to get like the 9-month one after getting the 3-month one. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's like to keep you from like just getting it and unsubscribing
Yeah.
from Twitch Prime, just so that like you get the 3 months and then 3 months later you
Mhm.
get the 9 months and then you have it. I guess it's a pretty
Yeah.
good
I
deal
think
though
so.
for something a
Yeah.
lot of people just already pay for.
After I beat Trials and Tribulations, I'm probably gonna play Sonic Mania, and then
Oh,
after
nice.
that, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do
Did you get it
because
on Switch?
no, it's on. It was a Steam code.
Oh, I
That's what
see.
I
I see.
wanted.
I forgot. I got it on Switch. It's
Um,
really good.
I feel like I'm on the third. I didn't start it yet, but I just got to the third case.
Oh,
I think it should take me like probably. I'll probably be done with it by next week,
nice.
maybe, and then I'll probably get through Sonic Mania, and then I'll probably have a little bit of time until Portland. So either I'm gonna take a little break, or I might grab. I might pick up one of the games I didn't actually get to finish at first, and
Take a
then
gaming break.
yeah, I would take a gaming break or just grab a game that I didn't finish at first and get back to it.
Nice. I should do
The
that.
two, the two that I'm thinking about right now are either Mario Odyssey or Bowser's Inside Story Plus.
Dude, Mario Odyssey. Do it.
It would give me a reason to bring my Switch with me.
Yeah, yeah. 3DS is definitely easy to transport.
Hmm.
I
And
still can't believe the
also,
Switch Lite was being so weird. Like
I'm
the Joy-Cons or
yeah the
whatever.
Joy-Con. um, I'm going to. I'm going to keep my eye out for a copy of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney at Portland. If I see
Oh,
one,
nice.
I'll buy it there.
For
Just
3DS?
because. No, no, the DS version
Oh,
because
nice.
the 3DS release was only physical in Japan,
Oh, damn.
and they released the English version digitally.
Dang.
And
Good
I'm
luck with
guessing
that.
it'd probably just be cheaper.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to import it.
Yeah. And also, it's not gonna be play. It's not gonna be English anyway. I don't know Japanese.
I'm learning Japanese. I can read it, but I can't understand it.
I mean that's you could just say that with every language.
No, I mean just like if you know what the letters are and you know what they
Hmm.
spell, you're like, that's great, but I don't know what they mean. Like I'll see a word and I'll be like, I don't even know what that means. But there'll be some times where it's like I can tell what the words are because the words around
Yeah.
it I can read, and I'll be like, okay, the something is this. I'll be like,
Yeah.
that's nice. I guess a bit of a Japanese update. I did have my second test today, which was pretty. I think I did pretty well, all things considered. I didn't get to study much last night because my class went to like 9 p.m. But I think I did pretty good all around as far as like the content goes. I'm pretty confident I got an A again because I got an
That's
A on the
good.
first test. So I'm like nailing it.
Man.
I tried to listen to the listening CD that came with our textbook in the CD player that I got, and it just did not work for some reason. All I got was like ocean waves. It's so weird.
You might have gotten the wrong CD.
No, it's two CDs, and like I tried my ABBA CD and it worked, and it works in my computer. So like I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's like
That's weird.
a different kind of CD, or maybe because it's like Japanese or something. I really have no idea how it works. If it's just not made to process those kinds of CDs, like not music. I got it right here. It was pretty cheap, all things considered. I just got it for the aesthetic.
Yeah. Man, I'm super excited to go to Portland.
Nice.
I'm gonna be saying this until I go. but
How
it's
long is
gonna
that
be
from now?
It's 16 days
Oh,
because
nice.
I leave on the 18th, and that's also the
Hey.
first day of the convention. But technically, it's just the arcade section of it is over.
That is a
and not
Friday,
the-
right?
Yes.
How long are you going to be gone for?
I'm Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, so we'll still be able to do the podcast at least. Now that it's on a
Yeah.
Wednesday, so that's good.
hmm
That's a convenient change of schedule then.
Yes.
That's very good.
Also, I think what gosh, if I see like a fantastic Nintendo 64 for a good price, I might. God,
What's
there's so
that?
many
Like the transparent ones or
Yeah, the transparent,
oh nice.
multicolored ones.
That would
If
be
I see
cool.
one for a good price, I might get one just because. And also, like, they're just really cool and they're epic. And I'm not what was I gonna say? I have no impulse control.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Cuz like if you have the money and you see something you want, you're going to want to buy it.
Yeah, Lord help me.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my trip to Portland is gonna be a fucking test of will.
At least you're bringing like at least you have like a couple weeks of work before you go.
Yes,
So you'll
this
be
is
able to
true. I
save
didn't even
up some.
spend. I pretty much have spent nothing for my first paycheck.
Nice.
I'm purposefully not spending anything just so I can buy stuff if something really has piqued my interest.
Maximize gaming profits.
Yeah, like if I see a copy of Chrono Trigger and it's like if it's like at most $100, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Dude, that's such a ripoff. I went to like level up that one time and like
hmm
someone was selling Smash 64 for $100. And I was like, why would I want this old game with like 12 characters when the new game at the time was like Smash 4? So it was like, why would I want this old game on an old system that's like not even guaranteed to work anymore with like
Yeah.
12 characters when
Was
you
it
could just
box or was
like
it just the cart?
buy the new one and have like 50 characters, better graphics and
Yeah.
everything on a
Was it
system that more
boxed?
people are. No, it was just out. I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
just
it
a
was just
cartridge.
out.
If
I'm
it was
pretty
a
sure it was
loose
just a
cart.
cartridge. I don't think it might have been in box, but still the box is not worth like $50.
No, for some people it is, but if it was a loose cart, that's a $25 game.
Yeah. And like I see
Um,
the charm in like going back, but like for
yeah.
someone who is like I don't know, for just like the average person who may well, I don't know. Average people probably aren't going to like gaming expos to like get video
Yeah.
game shit and anime shit, but like
hmm
I don't know. I just wouldn't see myself like if I didn't have the newest Smash game yet for whatever reason, I would
hmm
probably rather just hold off and get that than buy the
Yeah.
old one.
But but yeah, like the thing is though, that makes sense, but it's also like that's a game that doesn't really is not really known for a high value.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger is like one of those games.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I'm still surprised it
So
wasn't on the SNES Classic with all the RPGs they have.
I'm shocked too. Like considering there's Final Fantasy VI, Secret of Mana,
Yeah, we mention this
Earthbound.
like every time.
Yeah, I know, but like still, if I see a Super Nintendo copy of Chrono Trigger for a decent price and
Totally,
it's just a cart,
totally.
I'm probably gonna buy it and I'm probably gonna regret it, but then I'm gonna play it and I'm probably not regret it because I heard that's one of the best video games.
We
So
gotta play your Famicom versions of Mega Man when I
I
come back.
yeah,
You
that'd
gotta let
be
me play
fun
them.
because I only own five right now, but I'll
Nice.
probably
Oh,
try
dude,
and
I
get
would
a
love to
full
play
physical
five. I would
collection.
love to play five. Five is really fun.
hmm
It's got like the easiest boss order, I think. Except for fucking Charge Man. Charge Man sucks,
hmm
but his weakness also sucks. So you kind of more or
Um,
less would rather just. There is a really cool speed strat where like
mhm.
you use the boulders and then you like pause and then they disappear and then you use them again
Yeah,
and hit them with two. It's really interesting. Oh man, I really wish they kept customs in Smash Ultimate.
yeah, I agree.
I wish they had done like the star barrier for the reflector instead of skull barrier.
hmm
I feel like that would have made more sense. And then what was it? Like plant barrier? No, that one was stupid. They should have done like Power Stone or something and have it be like an actual projectile. Cause like, wait, wasn't plant barrier like how Leaf Shield is now in Ultimate? Cause I think plant barrier was like they stick around even after they hit something.
Yeah.
And back in Smash 4, the leaves would like disappear when they hit someone, which is like cool. But like now in Ultimate, you have to like hold down B to like keep the shield out, which
Mhm.
is which is a little weird. And then like doing anything else would shoot the shield. Dude, Gungeon has. Did I tell you about the Mega Man weapon in Gungeon?
No, I don't think
There's
so.
a Mega Hand item, and it's basically like the Mega Man Buster, and
Oh, that's cool.
you can shoot pellets or you can hold it to charge it and shoot. And there are certain
That's
weapons and items where when you get them, it'll give you a certain weapon from like Mega Man 2.
hmm
And one of them is the leaf shield, and you can actually like if you shoot a charge shot at someone, a leaf will start like orbiting you and like block shots. and you
That's
can get
really
like
cool.
the charge shots are already really strong, and then like the shield already bolsters your like survivability. And all the weapons from Mega Man 2 were in it. So you can get all of them if you're lucky. Or if you
That's
just
really neat.
or if you have the Steam version and mod the gungeon, you can just cheat in all of them.
Hmm.
There is a character called the Gunslinger that I've yet to unlock, but when you get a gun, it treats the gun as if you have all the synergies. Like without having the item itself, but like
Yeah.
with having the synergy. So if you got the Mega Hand, I reckon you could probably just like switch between any of the Mega Man weapons, which is a thing I tried to do on the PC version, but it's really hard. And some of them are just not that good. And like because the charge shots also just use up one ammo, so it's like if you're gonna shoot, you may as well not waste your ammo on like the pellets.
Yeah.
Unless you're like in a corner and like you're being like cornered and you just need to fire off some shots to like get some people away from you.
Hmm.
There's also the heroine, which is the Samus cannon, her arm cannon.
Oh, that's really neat.
And there's
Does it
also
shoot
an
missiles?
yeah, no, it shoots beams and you can charge it to like 3 levels and
Oh,
it's
that's
super
really neat.
fucking strong. And there are also certain items that let you change to the ice beam, plasma beam, and wave beam, and it's really cool. And they all have different like regular shot and like charge shot variations. And there's also an item called the roll bomb, which is like a passive, or like whenever you roll, it drops a bomb.
That's really neat. This sounds really fun. I do
Yeah,
want to get Gungeon.
and when you get the heroin gun, her arm cannon, and the roll bomb, you get a synergy that makes the bombs bigger, and it's called "Why Can't You Crawl?" Like all lowercase off that Miiverse post.
Yeah, why can't Metroid crawl?
It was so funny. I'm like, man, this is like. Oh, and the other thing, you know about Super Metroid, right? Like the ending,
Yes.
how like the baby Metroid sacrifices itself.
Yeah.
There's an item called the prize pig, and at first he seems to do nothing, but when you die, he actually sacrifices his life for you. And
Aw.
if you have that and the heroin, you'll get brought back to life, and your beam will be in hyper beam mode for 30 seconds.
That's sick.
It's so fun. I know, right? I was doing a run on stream, twitch.tv/KennyGarnet, by the way. If you have Twitch Prime, like I mentioned before, you can subscribe. Anyway, I was trying to get, I got the heroin on like a rainbow run, I think, and I was like trying so hard to get I don't think it was a rainbow run, actually. I think I just got the heroin. And I was like, I need the pig like so bad. Like I even got an item that makes like finding buddies and like familiars more common, and I didn't get it before I died, and I was so sad because I really wanted to try out that hyper beam. That would have just totally saved my run if I had the pig.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun. I think you would get into it. It's hard, but like it's one of those things where it's like once you know what to expect, like you just get really used to it. Like I used to
Yeah.
think the dragon would be like impossible, but like once you're just better at the game, like in general, it's one of those games that balances like progression and like skill like really well together. Because like you're getting better, but it's not getting boring because you're always getting like new items and guns and characters
Yeah.
eventually. And like the rooms are always different, so it's not like you're seeing the same layout or the same items every time, which is also really interesting. And the quest to like unlock the bullet is actually like really engaging. Like I was so like, oh man, I really got to get these bullet parts. Like I was so invested in it. I was like, man, it's really fun. If you do get it before your like trip to Portland, it would be a really good game to play on like a plane or something, or just like
Yeah.
for travel. Like roguelike games are really good for that.
Man, it's kind of tempting to buy Hat in Time. It literally comes out the day I go.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
I could buy it on the eShop and just like
I
could-
ordered the
I could-
physical version just because I wanted the DLC and I didn't want to pay more.
I get that.
I was like, I like having all my indie games like downloaded onto my Switch, but I was like, I really just don't want to pay the extra $20 for the DLC. And I've heard it's good, so I'm willing to put my chips on it and like just take the dive because I fucking love Mario Sunshine. It's like my favorite 3D
I want to
Mario.
get into I want to get into more collectathons and 3D platformers
Oh,
because
same.
I haven't really beaten any.
It makes me wish Ukulele was good.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love the banjo style where there's like a shit ton of different things that all do different things. And then Ukulele was just kind of like, what if we did Banjo Tooie instead of Banjo Kazooie and didn't have the charm?
Now I had a debate with someone a little bit
Oh,
about
boy.
like what could be like a bad if there is such a thing as an objectively bad game design choice. And I think there can be. I think even without personal preference, there can be choices that are just bad
Do you have
because
an example
it
of one?
hinders. Yeah, I have one. Fucking Heart Gold and Soul Silver them not fixing the level curve is a
Oh yeah.
is a bad game design choice,
Oh yeah.
especially when they upped the levels for Red, and you are level 50
Yeah.
at the end of Kanto.
That
You
you're like
we
level 40 by the end of Johto. Like you barely
yeah,
get any higher. Like I
and
did
the
the
thing
post
is
game and I
though,
was like, these guys are so weak. Like why am I even here?
Kanto isn't even necessarily a post game. Like you're playing it. It's like if you like everyone who plays the Gold and Silver, everyone who plays these games is playing Kanto as well.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's very rare that you aren't playing this fucking part of the game.
Yeah, of
Like so,
course.
but at the end of Kanto, you're level 50. Blue was in the high 50s already,
Yeah.
and
It's
Red is
already a
in
good run
the
for me. That's
Red.
why he's like one of the main Nuzlocke killers.
Yeah. Even though the thing is, even with grinding, even if you grind up to his level, you still get your ass beat because he's just hard because he's good moves. But besides the point, he like Red is in the high 80s now, and the Elite Four rematches are in the 70s, and they don't provide you with a good way of grinding. They don't provide you with any easy way of grinding.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Like if they maybe it's just because I'm spoiled by Autono from
No, no,
Gen
I
5.
definitely get you. Like that's at least a method. Like they at least
Yeah.
give you an option
And
to grind
also,
if you want to.
the Poké Gear is a shitty rematch system. If the Versus Seeker was
Oh
still
yeah,
around,
I
I'd say
agree.
it wouldn't even be that bad because you find a competent trainer, you get a lucky egg, you Versus Seeker, you it won't take that long.
Yeah. Well,
But
get a lucky egg in Gen 3 is an oxymoron.
Gen 4, Gen
Oh,
4,
I was
Heart
talking
Gold,
about
Steel,
like
Silver.
Pokenav.
Oh, okay.
Like you know how like I feel
Yeah.
like they should have just put the Versus Seeker as a function in the Pokenav and Emerald instead of having the
Yeah.
rematch thing. That would have
Because
been so much better.
it was just the best, it's the best way of like for the most part it's just the best level grinding method pre I don't know, and
Yeah.
like and no reliable grinding method really makes you stuck, forcing the player to grind a minimum of 20 levels to even progress in the game, especially
Yeah,
and
to get
the
like the second ending basically.
yeah, someone said like, but it's not part of the core game. The people would drop the game after beating the champion Red in the Elite Four rematches, or
Yeah.
for those who want extra challenging post game. But and I beating Red is not the true ending of the game. The credits don't roll after beating Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's a poor choice not to balance the level curve in a remake that makes getting to the actual ending bad. And
Yeah.
also, there's content that's only accessible after you beat Red.
Yeah, like the starters.
Yeah, the Kanto starters, the Hoenn starters, Kyogre and Groudon,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
like pretty like there's also a few other things I can't remember off the top of my head now, but there are stuff that is only available after beating the thing that you have to spend a good portion of your life training for.
Mm.
And also after I posted that he didn't respond.
Wow. Shut down. Was he
Yeah.
of the belief that there's no such thing as like a bad game design choice objectively?
I don't know, but someone else join in and say, I'm late to this, but I had to have to say, calling Kanto and Gen 2 post game is like calling the castle flipping upside down in Symphony of the Night post game. It's just the second half.
Yeah, I could see that. I've never played Symphony of the Night.
I haven't either. Maybe we could let's play it.
Do you own it?
I can. The PS1 version is expensive, but I can track down
I have a
the
PS4. It's on
yeah, I
like
have a PS4. Yeah, it has the double pack of Rondo of Blood and
yeah. Wasn't Rondo Blood like more traditional
yeah,
Castlevania?
it was a yeah, because it was only released on the PC Engine, which is the Japanese version of the
Oof,
TurboGrafx 16 in Japan,
I see. I feel like
and
if
it was
I
only released for the CD version, the CD add-on.
I see. If I had to like think of like a bad game design choice, I feel like it'd be like enemies who don't really like telegraph their attacks or like movements very
Yeah,
well. Like I think Donkey made that example in Cuphead, like that B boss who just like shoots the pink triangle at you.
hmm,
Like that's kind of like not something you think a B would do. Like
yeah.
I feel like if you made like a B character, it would like oh shoot its stinger or like try and like fly into you or something like that. And like
Also, I think I know a bad game design choice. Banjo Tooie not having a map in any way.
oh geez, yeah, I could see that
Because I
because
there's
those
this
worlds are fucking
this
huge.
discussion happened in a small Discord server of a small streamer I watch, and she went 100% at Banjo Kazooie. She really loved it,
Oh, so
and
did
then
I.
people were like, "Are you gonna play Tooie?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a try." And then she started it, and then like slowly, more and more as she played it, she
She got
grew fucking
lost.
hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, if this game just had a map that showed me where the jiggies were, I would not be having this problem.
Yeah. Because you just get like, okay, where do I go now? I
Yeah.
feel like that's how a lot
So
of people felt about ukulele. Did it? Did
mhm.
it even have a map?
I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna say this: if they remade those games, like if they did a full on remake, I guarantee you the first thing they'd add for both Kazooie and Tooie is a map.
Yeah, probably. Kazooie isn't even that bad when it comes to that. I would say like Click Clock Wood is a little like overwhelming, but for the
Hmm.
most part, like in Banjo Kazooie, you can get like one vantage point and see like the entire level and like know like, oh, I've gone there. Oh, I haven't gone there yet. Which is like
Also,
it's kind of hard in Click Clock Wood since it's like four different areas, but it's like the
mhm.
same area a bunch of times and you have to like climb up the tree every single time.
Even though I know the Xbox 360 versions of Banjo Kazooie and Tooie are like the best ones.
Hmm.
I only own the cart of Kazooie,
Hmm.
so I'm gonna probably probably just gonna probably buy the Xbox Live versions. Or
You have an
no, I'm
Xbox?
not. Yeah, I have an Xbox 360. I
Huh.
don't use it.
Yeah. The banjo machine.
Yeah. Also,
Sakurai telling people to play banjo on Xbox was really funny during that
yeah.
presentation.
Though also there's the option of buying an Xbox One solely for Rare Replay.
Ugh. I don't know if that's worth it. They're coming out with the Scarlet, dude. It's 120 FPS.
Yeah, honestly though, that's cool. Like even though most consumer TVs don't support that yet, if that I think that could be a really good feature
Can people
down
even
the line.
see that fast?
Yes, they can. Trust me. You're don't I'm not God, I no, your eyes do not have a frame rate limit. Your eyes can notice a difference in a frame rate,
Yeah.
especially between a jump from 60 to 120.
Yeah. I feel like
Like
I can't really tell if something is like especially on like Switch, I guess. It's hard to tell if
mhm.
something is like 30 or 60. I feel like I would notice a change in it, but nothing like immediate. So I guess it's like good
Like
if it's like seamless.
yeah.
Like if it doesn't like if you don't notice that anything's changed really off the bat, then I
Mhm.
feel like it's fine.
So let me give a brief rundown. So there are monitors like gaming monitors that do 240 hertz refresh rate. Like it's
Oof,
crazy.
it
Oh,
hurts.
1 second. Thank
What if it hurts my eyes?
you. They don't. It don't hurt your eyes. But basically,
I have dumb idiot shit eyes.
but
Literally.
basically, there's this tech channel I watched, and one of the people who works there is really good at Counter Strike. And what they did was they did like a short test of perceiving the difference. Where first they sat him down in front of a 144 hertz monitor. He
Hmm.
sat down, he played it. Then he moved to the 240 hertz monitor.
This is
At
like
first, he
YouTube
didn't.
quality levels. Like
No, this channel is actually like pretty respected. Like he has a bunch of employees and
no,
stuff.
no. I
So
mean
like,
like the quality
oh,
is like what you would see on like a YouTube video, like 144, 240, 360, 480.
yeah, I get what you're saying there.
Back when I had like a shitty old phone, I could definitely tell the difference between like 360 and 480 and 720.
No, not resolution. I'm talking about
Oh, I
frame
see.
rate.
I see. Okay.
Like 144 frames per second.
I
He
see.
then he moved to the 240, and then he felt like he couldn't really tell the difference. Then when he moved back to the 144, he was like, "Oh God, this. There is a
Yeah.
difference."
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like
Yeah.
what was an example of that? I feel like it was with
Um,
like a game or something where like
like I
people
feel like most re-releases where it's like a game at first runs at like
Oh,
30
Smash Bros.
FPS.
It was
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate. Like a lot of people went to Smash Ultimate and they were like, "Oh, this isn't so different from Smash 4. Like I could get used to this.
Mhm.
Like it's not too much different." And then they've like gone back to Smash 4 and they're like, "Wow, like this is slow. Like the physics
Mhm.
are weird. Everything looks weird. Like you hit
Mhm.
someone and they go flying for like 2 seconds and you're like, "How did we even play this game with it being like this
Yeah.
slow?" And like even like some of the characters are different, but I think the main draw was like just the engine felt so different
Yeah.
from Ford Ultimate, and it just goes to show like they actually did put work into it. People are like, oh,
Mhm.
it's just a port. Like they did rework like all the characters, even if they just because if they just ported them over, it'd be pretty obvious. Like
Yeah.
they had to make them work within the game,
Sakurai died for your sins, people.
basically, and they're still coming out with more characters, at least two
Mhm.
more, because there's gonna be
No,
at
there's a
least two more
second
we don't
DLC
know
pack.
of. Like 2 more that they're working on that we don't know of.
There's a second fighter pass too.
Well, I don't know if they're going to do another pass. He just said they're going to do more DLC.
I think no, they said it was a second fighter's pass.
Did they? I thought he just said like, oh, there's going to be more DLC after the
No.
first pass, and they're
He
just
said
going to
there's
like
a-
release them.
I think he said there's like a second fighter's pass.
I wasn't sure about that, but I'll look into it maybe. That's interesting. But yeah, I could definitely tell the difference when I like put on and take off my glasses.
Yeah.
You know, like when you close one eye. Well, I have what is it? Anisometropia. It's like when your eyes have different focal strengths. Like when one is like it's normally like one is more farsighted from the other, but I got the shit idiot ball eyes. I got the shit idiot eyeballs in the bingo ball of life, and I put them in my skull, and one of them is nearsighted and one of them's farsighted. So I got the brown side of the coin. I'm just slapping together all these like metaphors. I got the
So I'm
short
guessing,
end
like,
of the rope.
Did you have to get like special glasses? Like one of them that
Yeah,
fixes
my lenses. One of them is stronger than the other because like my right eye is worse than my left eye in its own respect. But my left eye, I can never remember which is which. But my left lens, like when I close the other eye and like take my glasses off, like everything like shrinks around it. And when I take my glasses off with my left eye closed and look through my right eye, everything like grows, so it like zooms in. And it's a lot stronger than the left lens. So they're just completely different. They're like counteracting each other, basically.
It's like a 3D. It's like 3D glasses.
Basically, like opposite 3D glasses. Like here, so you can see things normally in real life. Here are some glasses. It's basically it. Have you ever been on one of those, like, I think it was like a ride where they give you like the 3D glasses and there were like screens or something?
Oh, like Star Tours in Disneyland,
I think so.
or it's like
Yeah.
a motion ride.
Yeah, it's weird to think how we've gone from like the red and blue 3D glasses to like the regular like black 3D glasses.
Yeah,
I don't even know how those work.
I'm pretty sure because the way it is, it's like how it works. I think is that one image, like the two images that are displayed at once. One of them is slightly on the left. One of them is slightly moved to the right. And then the glasses that you wear are meant to distort it, and so so it like so when you see when your brain processes them both, it makes it look like there's more depth to the image.
Is that how it works with like the like IMAX glasses or whatever, like the new gray ones? Because I know that's how it worked with like the red and blue ones. Is like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
there's the
think
red one
so.
and the blue one, and they kind of squish together when you put the glasses on, and it looks 3D. But that always kind of ruined movies because they would just look way too purple.
Yeah, just having this filter over it.
Like I feel like, yeah, basically, I feel like they did that in Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I literally got like a DVD copy of the movie that like came with 3D glasses. Oh, I gotta look for that when I go back home. It's probably in my loft or something like that, or the back room in our house that we like never use anymore. It used to be the game room, and then my parents just started putting shit in it when I left. But I gotta look for that. It's so weird, and yeah, I feel like in Shark Boy and Lava Girl, they did that on purpose because like, oh, it's like a red and a blue character, so you're gonna be like, oh, it looks normal when really it probably doesn't. But that movie is a
there's
lot
multiple,
weirder than I remember.
You know, there was like multiple types of the different color 3D glasses.
Really, like green and
they're-
purple.
Yeah, green and purple was one of them,
really?
and then one of them that was really weird was yellow and blue.
Huh. Wouldn't it make more sense to be like green, since like red, green, and blue are like the colors that can be produced?
Yeah, here's like an image of all the 4 different types of like OG.
wow. Blue and orange. Yeah, they're all like complementary colors, kind of.
I remember when
orange and blue are, but I've never seen any of the other ones.
I owned, I forget, I don't know which one of the purple and green because they look so similar, but
Yeah.
oh god, when I was very young, my grandma got me Space Chimps 2 on DVD.
Oh,
And
I've never heard of that.
I actually, like, when I was a kid, I actually really liked the Space Chimps movies. I have not seen them ever since, but like I legit watched Space Chimps 2 in 3D on loop on my grandma's laptop.
Understandable.
It truly was a magical experience.
In
For
green
young
and
me.
purple. And I like how they realize, like, oh, if we use gray, it won't have these shitty color filters over them the whole
Yeah.
time. I still don't know how it works. Is it like two slightly different grays? So it just looks normal. But
We could look it up.
both of the lenses look the same. You can look it up if you want. I'm not the computer person here.
How do 3D glasses work?
Time to figure this out.
All right. So let me read it. There are generally 3 types of 3D glasses: anaglyph, polarized, and shutter. Each uses different methods of bringing flat images on your screen to life. All right. So the red and cyan lenses. The lenses produce the images you see by color filtering the layered image that you're actually looking at, while one lens filters out all the red in the image. One lens filters out the cyan, causing your brain to see the picture in 3D. The image you're looking at is usually the same image projected at 2 different angles, or 2 entirely different superimposed images. And then the gray ones, they it's actually 2 images that are superimposed on the same screen throughout it. Okay, yeah. So my idea, like this is what I was saying was almost pretty much correct.
So it basically is just the same, except it's just gray.
Yeah, except it's the same image but moved over slightly in the left and right, and then when you put on the glasses, it corrects it, and
Oh,
your
I
brain
see. So
processes
the
it as
glasses
a
kind
3D
of
image.
like, yeah, the glasses kind of like put the image together the way they're like shaped or
Yeah.
whatever. That's pretty cool. I'm surprised they didn't realize they could just use normal glasses for so
Well,
long.
I think it was just like the technology and like the plastic and stuff that they could print or like manufacture at the time.
I see. Because they used
That
to
was-
hand
I'm-
those out like just whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the red and the cyan ones
What are you,
were literally like the first like proper 3D glasses that consumers had.
are you opening those ding dongs?
No, I was throwing away a cookie wrapper
Oh,
because my
do you
mom
have
brought
to,
me a cookie from a nice place.
do you have to crinkle it so much?
I was just pushing it in my garbage can.
You could have just tossed it in there.
Not really.
I heard that like in my ear. I almost said nose. I was gonna
It's
say
not really-
noise.
Listen, I can't. It's not. I can't. It's not something I can really throw in. It's just something
Here,
I
wait.
just kind of had to put in.
I can do some ASMR. I have a Raising Cane's coupon right here in my drawer.
When you're
Okay,
in town, we should go to Cane's
okay.
again.
Should I? No, this is from like a couple weeks ago. I just saved it in my drawer. Do you want me to read it like ASMR?
No, let's not do this.
No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. I want to
Yeah,
do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. This is
Okay.
a Raising Cane's receipt. How's that?
Well, I feel like you were breathing heavily.
That's me rubbing the receipt on the mic.
I'm not a fan of this.
I
Not a
ordered
fan.
one box combo for $7.81, which is a bit overpriced if you ask me.
Honestly, it's not even. That's actually pretty relaxing.
It
Actually,
was
I'm
it was
fine
a
with this.
loyalty visit, so I had it added to my membership card for future visits, so that I can eventually get a free box combo. Oh, what do you know? This receipt is from my loyalty visit. I got everything for free. I don't know what comp RDM RWD means, but this was the receipt for my free box combo from Raising Cane's. Caniac Club member. I have 4 total visits apparently. That's cool. Go to canes.com/candy for nothing. I don't even think that's their website. Did you fall asleep?
No, it actually was kind of relaxing.
Should I do ASMR for a living?
I mean, if you get an audience,
Leave in the comment if you hated it, let me know. But if you hated it, I'm going to do it anyway and then find the people who like it.
Yeah,
I could do ASMR where I eat the Raising Cane's.
There is a demographic for that. There are people who like eating ASMR.
I don't like the ones where like the microphone is like in their throat. Have you seen those?
No.
There was this one like YouTuber who was doing like honeycomb eating ASMR, and like She was eating the honeycomb, and it legitimately sounded like there was a microphone tap, like, in her throat. It was like, it was so gross. I watched it with my roommate, and we were just, like, freaking out the whole time.
Blowjob ASMR.
Like, stickiest blowjob on the planet ASMR. I was like, man, I really feel like that's like Vor ASMR. It's like, wow, I really feel like I'm traveling down your throat. Oh, it's so bad. Like, I like ASMR, and when I think something is bad, that just goes to say.
Yeah.
I think I'm, like, one of the few people who actually likes, like, speaking in the ASMR.
I like it.
I like soft-spokenness. Like, it's relaxing.
Depending on, like, the person, I like soft-spoken or whispering.
Yeah. There are some, like, noises that kind of do it for me, but most of them just kind of sound like noises.
Like, there's this guy, Ephemeral Rift, who's, like, known to make the weird shit.
He does, like, games and stuff, right? He did Traffic Jam game ASMR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He also did stuff like Relax with the Joker and
the roleplay ones. Those are so funny. Dude, wait. Okay, go on.
But yeah, he's done like an existential questionnaire. He just asks you existential questions.
Oh, boy.
He has this whole he has this whole universe.
Dude, I love the memes that come from ASMR.
I agree also. The memes are fun.
There was this guy I watched who did like card magic ASMR, and I watched it because I liked his voice.
JoJo's ASMR?
Yeah, and he did this one like roleplay one that was like game store ASMR, and there was one of them, and like I don't remember how soon it was into the video, but it was one of like the first things he did. He was like, wait, I gotta like grab something for okay. I got my CD player. I'm using as an example. He was like. I have a Game Boy with a copy of Pokemon Red, and then he just went like he was super fucking rough with it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it like jolted me for a sec. I was like, holy fucking shit.
I was trying to sleep. You know what's really funny?
Did that sound get across well, by the way?
I think it did.
It was a lot more scratchy because it was like a Game Boy or like a Game Boy Color or something like that. So, it was like an old school Game Boy, basically, like one of them.
So
but it was
guess
what?
What
happened?
You know who JoJo's ASMR used to be on YouTube?
Oh wait,
it was a commentary channel.
Oh wow.
He was Sinnoh. That was his name.
Sinnoh, like the Pokemon region?
Yeah, his name was Sinnoh. It was SINN08.
Huh. I never heard of him.
Yeah,
dude, why doesn't Leafy just do that? Why doesn't Leafy just do ASMR now?
Because he's a stockbroker, I think, and he just fucking.
Wait, really?
I think he just does stuff with stocks or whatever.
Stonks.
Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't need money. He doesn't need to do YouTube. He literally has been gone for years.
Did he just do was he always a stockbroker? Did he always have that job?
I think it was after he got fucking rich off of making fun of children.
I mean,
he then started to invest his money.
Good for fucking him. He could be a dude. What if Leafy was on Shark Tank?
Oh my god, that would be the funniest thing on the planet. This is literally the best product you can buy on the planet. It's literally.
Dude, you were all up in my ear. That was so funny, though.
I mean, that's he has his microphone like right.
I know. Putting that pop filter to good use.
I don't even have a pop filter. I just have like it's just.
No. I mean, Leafy does that. Like he'll be all up in your ear. Like he's like,
oh my god,
this is literally the best product you can buy for your money.
Could you imagine if he starts getting like the shark dropping out? He's like, Mister, you are literally cringe. I am cringing. I'm cringing so hard right now.
You do that too well. Like just not really his like voice, but like just like the way he like talks. Yeah.
I've watched enough videos making fun of Leafy to know like how to pull off the Leafyisms.
He was funny before he like tried to make videos every day and just picked like the most low hanging fruit.
Let's make fun of Maddie B-Rap's Down syndrome sister. Yeah, let's do that.
I legitimately did laugh at some old Leafy videos, like the one too.
I remember like,
the one where he made fun of Whitney, Wisconsin, and that whole ordeal with her like falling in love with him or whatever. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because it was just that was the thing. I think it was just mostly funny just because of how bizarre it was.
Yeah. I think that was his first like weird like interaction he had with like someone.
Yeah.
Because he picked someone that was like already kind of famous. Like they
Yeah,
had their
who's
own
also,
kind of
who was
following.
also a bad person. A
Yeah.
not good
Oh yeah,
person.
like objectively. Like
Yeah.
no way you can defend that. I'm not gonna say it, but I feel like most people who know about her know what
Do
she's
not
done.
Google Whitney,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
don't. Or like I don't know.
Just ask us, and then we'll tell
Yeah,
you.
well,
So then,
ask
like,
in
you'll
the
be filled
comments
in.
or something that not that we're monetized to begin with, but you know, I'm trying to build a good
Listen,
reputation here.
we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to get our podcast suppressed on YouTube. It's our
Yeah.
only hosting platform.
We'll start posting it on Pornhub or something. I wanted to do a video series for the longest time where I just do a food review in like full cosplay. Like full, just like anime cosplay, and I just
do it in character.
no, not in character, just like deadpan, like it's a pretty
you
good
just never
burger.
even mention the fact that you're in costume.
Yeah, exactly. Like report of the week, but just like don't even acknowledge the clothes or whatever. just be like, I have a Jack in the Box, triple decker, whatever, and then just like eat the burger in like an anime costume. I've wanted to do that for so long, but I've yet to complete like a costume.
Just imagine if the reporter we did a food review. He was in a bikini in his car.
Oh no! I thought you were gonna say like
just,
cosplay.
No, if he was just like something equally, it's like he's in a bikini or like lingerie in his car, and he's just like, well, I have the.
He's like on his side. He's like in the paint me in like one of your French girls pose, and he's got like the burger in front of him.
No, that's too much. He's just sitting there. He just it's like his normal video, except the suit. He's just wearing like lingerie.
He used to do videos in his backyard, didn't he? Or like, doesn't he still do them every now and then? I don't know how it works.
I think so.
I think he sometimes does videos like from his house, like when he's talking about something or other. And when he's like reviewing food, it's usually in the car.
I really want to meet Report of the Week.
Just like everyone else.
I know, but he's just so he is so entertaining.
He's a good lad.
He's just like he is a good man.
He's got a lot to say.
Him.
He's very passionate. Yeah. He's very passionate about the food reviews.
Yeah, you know what? I respect that because you know what? People who are passionate about all things.
And then there's all those
fast food is art.
And then there's all those other people on YouTube who are just like, "What's up, bros? It's me. I'm sitting in my car. I'm gonna eat this food. Oh, it's pretty good. Okay, bye." You know.
There's also that one guy, the very famous meme of the guy eating that Five Guys burger. He's like, "Damn."
Oh yeah. Yeah, like he actually like. Well, I feel like that was just kind of like a coincidence. Like I feel like nobody really like watched his other stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like, most viral things just kind of got popular.
I'm just really happy that he is doing so well.
There's also the doing it well. I represent Taco Bell Dorito Shell. Ah! That was so funny. There was the anonymous animation that was really funny.
Yeah. But if we can, I would love to get Report of the Week on the podcast.
Dude, we want everyone on the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll take anyone at this point.
If you want to be a guest on the podcast.
Yeah, just anybody. No, not really anybody. It'd be weird just having some random person that we would just not know what to talk about with. Whereas if it's like Defunct Land, we at least have like some starting ground, and then we can like go from
like
there.
Amusement parks and like our own experiences.
And then I could talk about how I met Drew Carey at Price is Right when I was on TV that one time.
Did you actually get to like talk to him?
Yeah, during the commercial break, he was like talking to the audience. He's really funny, actually.
He is funny. You know what he should do? You know how like the last year's Oscars there was this running gag. It's like whoever has the shortest acceptance speech, they win a jet ski, and they had this whole Price is Right kind of gag. They should have gotten Drew Carey to host the Oscars.
That would have been funny.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure Oscars is just never doing a hosting again, just because Jimmy Kimmel ruined it for everyone.
What did he do again?
He was bad.
Oh yeah, just in general.
Him hosting the Oscars caused it to be the lowest performing Oscars in the history of the awards show.
Why don't they just pick someone who's not a dickbag?
Yeah, just pick. I mean, Kevin Hart was originally supposed to be it. It was supposed to be the 2019 host, but then
who was?
Kevin Hart.
Oh.
And then people remembered some kind of not so good things he said in a few of his stand-up routines, like how he wanted to, and I quote, if he saw his kid doing something gay, he'd want to nip it in the bud. And And then he gets confused why people when he asks Lil Nas X why there's such a stigma around being gay.
Oh, that's not good.
Fuck you, Kevin Hart.
What kind of
Anyway,
stigma? Like, oh yeah, I got a stigma dick up your ass.
you know the stigma of overly flamboyant and
Oh
like
yeah, it's not really a stigma as much as it
and
is like a
promiscuous.
stereotype.
A stigma and stereotype are nearly the same.
Stigma is like your impression that you get from people, and stereotype is like how you think they are.
It's for the most part, it's a social stigma.
Yeah, I
It's
get what you mean.
yeah, it's a disapproval or discrimination against a person with perceivable social characteristics.
Yeah, and what was the other thing? A stereotype is like how someone views a typical
People of a
person of
group.
that someone. You know, like I have you ever seen that video where it's like the most average person in the world, and it's like it takes the most like average traits of people across the world, and the race
I've
of the
not.
most average person is actually Asian.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So like the most average person in the world is like a 28-year-old Asian man who like works. I forget if it was like if like job was a part of it, but that was definitely like most of it was like middle class, middle aged like Asian man.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it was pretty eye opening to be like, wow, we're not quite as like central as we thought we were as far as like
Yeah.
Americans go, I guess. But like people usually think they're average at things, just in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I watched that like a year ago in one of my early comm classes. So that's cool.
Have you seen the video of the guy who spent a week in Minecraft VR?
I did not, but I think I think you mentioned that on the podcast a long time ago.
It's so interesting just because he is in like he had like I think he actually had someone like bring him like food and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But he actually had to like sleep, and they said because of the way the Minecraft days are, after he like was done, it took him a while to get used to the regular like time schedule just because of he got
Like
so
in
used
real
to
life,
Minecraft.
like
Yeah.
real days. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did he actually like sleep like physically in Minecraft?
Yes, he did. And he slept. He had a bed set up in the room, and like
In Minecraft or in real life?
in real life,
Oh.
you can't necessarily sleep for 8 hours straight in Minecraft.
I mean, you could if the
Because
game
for the
let
second-
you. If they made like a real time mod where like time
It'd be
passed
like
it.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, basically. Oh, that would be cool actually if they made a mod like that.
Yeah.
All you would have to do is change like the day and night time values, and you would be able to like sleep for real or like go out if you wanted to. And the clocks would actually be accurate.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't had a thing where like you could just like put the clock up on a wall or on like a table or something.
You
and
can
just
put
look
them on
at it.
item frames.
Yeah, but that's kind of not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
know
should
what you
just
mean.
be
It's like
able-
an actual like.
Yeah, you should be able to like place it or something. Like you know those
Yeah.
like desktop, you know those like old timey like
Desk
shelf,
clocks?
yeah,
Yeah.
like shelf clocks or something that have like those bases and like the small little face. It's
Yeah.
not very accurate, like exactly time wise, you know, because obviously it's not real time. But it might be even harder if it's like unless like perfect sun up was noon and perfect sun down was like midnight. Then you
Yeah.
could kind of like guess what the time was, like based on where the sun was. Then you'd be able
I
to tell
honestly,
like
like,
when the sixes were.
Me personally, the one item that I want to get like a change in the new update is compasses. I want either a new form of compass or like a slight change because what the compass normally does just brings you back to your spawn point or your nearest bed.
Yeah.
But me personally, I want them to add a new compass that shows you where like the nearest like mob spawner is, like the nearest
Oh,
dungeon.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really useful because then you could have an easier way of tracking them down and setting up stuff like mob farms and like EXP grinders.
I already had an idea for how you would craft it. You would just use iron and put an eye of ender in the middle.
Oh, that'd be neat.
'Cause,
I'd
like, you
be-
know,
I'd be down for that.
And it would be like, it would have like a green arrow instead of like a red one. So it would point you towards like a
Yeah.
monster farm or a spawner or something.
Yeah.
That'd be good in the nether too if they worked in the
for
nether.
the Nether Fortress.
Yeah. Don't clocks and compasses get all wonky in the nether?
Yes.
Okay. So unless they made it just work in, like the green one could work in the nether since it's like an eye of ender.
Yeah. And I think
That'd be cool.
also with the new Nether update coming, I think
Oh,
that could
yeah.
be really interesting.
That looks cool. I haven't played Minecraft
I know.
in so long.
I'm so excited for the Nether to finally have a purpose. Like,
Yeah. Other than endgame stuff.
yeah,
Like-
it's gonna be inhabitable. You're gonna be able to like once you have a portal, you could like set up a base of operations
Like a
in the
system.
Nether.
Yeah.
There's gonna be the new biomes. The new
Are they gonna
mobs,
make a
everything
nether
about
bed?
it. I mean, they said there's going to be a way to respawn in the Nether, so I think there is going to be Nether-based beds.
That'd be cool.
I'm hoping they actually said the new this little this boar mob is hostile, but you can breed it and kill it for food.
Oh.
So you can fully it's going to be harder, but you can fully adapt to surviving in the Nether if you
That would
really
be cool.
wanted to.
It'd be cool if it had like effects on your character, like
Yeah.
heat resistance
Fire,
or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, like the longer you spend it, like I feel like that'd be hard to program, but
Yeah.
like the
You know
longer
what
you
I
spend in the
want?
Nether.
I want with the new Netherwart trees, I want there to be lava boats.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like with Nether brick or something, or yeah, with the
Yeah.
trees, Nether wood. Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
It's Netherwart. It's the Netherwart forest, so it'd be like
Oh, so it's
Netherwart
like big
planks.
trees.
Yeah.
So it's like Netherwort but tree.
hmm
That's pretty cool.
if they do that, that'd be amazing.
That would be
because
pretty
that
cool.
means you could travel, you could go through more of the area in a
Yeah.
much quicker fashion.
And good luck getting out of the boat without dying.
I mean, true, but also there's always just whenever you get out of a boat, you're most of the time like depending on how you set it up, like
Is it
where
like
you
the
position
direction you're
yourself.
facing?
I think so.
Okay.
Or also you can just be on top of the boat and you can just jump off and then go onto land.
Right. That makes sense. But there's always, because it does like dip down sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. They already have, at least they have the improved boat engine. Like you're
Mhm.
not just going to crash into a wall and die. Like the engine's already in place. They just have to make it work in lava.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the new these semi-hostile mobs, the piglins, where
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like they renamed the zombie pigmen to zombie piglins, and now these are the alive ones, and I think they're really neat. I think we've talked about this already.
I
But
thought they
don't
were
care.
keeping zombie pigmen.
No, they renamed them to zombie piglins.
Oh, the original.
Yeah, they're the
Oh, I see.
same mob but just renamed.
I see.
Yeah, and these guys they're like villagers but hostile, and basically they have like settlements, and basically they'll attack you unless you wear in gold.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you wear gold, they won't bother you, but if you open up one of their chests, they will attack you.
Oh, boy. That sounds like Breath of the Wild, where you get those like enemy masks and you can like fool them. But if you attack one of them, they'll all just start attacking you.
Also, Minecraft is doing a poll about the new name for the mob, the Piglin Beast.
Oh, boy.
And 4chan, you know what they do whenever they see a poll.
What'd they do?
I believe the current this either the highest or second highest name for the new mob is Pigger.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Fucking God. And
Jesus
literally, what I
Christ.
read, let me read you this. Minecraft is having a poll, and the winner gets to name the new pig mob. And they linked this. Now it's your time to shine, retards.
Is it like a Twitter poll, or is it like...
No, it's on the Minecraft back website.
Oh, so it's sort of like the Smash ballot or something?
Yeah, you suggest the name, and then whatever has the highest amount of votes gets
Oh,
the.
God.
So let me read the rest. Bump. Come on, we are losing to some Russian fuckers. And then someone said like, let's
Is
get
there
into
like
an
a-
internet historian video.
Is there like a total like count of all the results, or do you just not
well,
get to see it?
It's still going on right now.
So like
So-
can you see the results like as they're coming in, or?
Yeah, let me take a look. Piglin Beasts. Let's look at the Minecraft feedback page. Let's see.
Oh, boy.
What?
At least
what
there's
is
like
it?
a use for gold armor now,
Yeah.
like
That's
a reason
true.
to craft it.
And these new guys also not only just have swords, they also have crossbows too. So
Oh.
like they really don't come fucking around.
Oh, I forgot crossbows are in Minecraft. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And also, they will, if they see another hostile mob, they will attack it as well. Because, like, the first thing they showed them in terms of, like, a video was them attacking a wither skeleton. So, like, these
So are
guys
the-
genuinely just, like,
So they
don't wanna get
renamed
fucked with.
the pigmen to piglins, and then they
Yeah.
also added those new guys, and that's who they're taking the poll for.
Yeah. No,
I
there's
see.
a mob that's called the Piglin Beast right now. It's, like,
Oh.
a quadrupedal, it's a quadrupedal, like, nether boar of sorts. And,
Wow.
it's hostile. It drops food. That's the thing you can breed to get
Oh, that's
food.
cool. I like that. Like a
Yeah.
feral fucking beast in hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it literally is. It's a feral boar monster with white Herobrine eyes.
That's awesome.
And I think
I hope they let you put a saddle on it and ride it like a pig.
Oh, that'd be cool, because then you could charge at people on it.
Yeah. Does it attack?
Yeah, it
Oh,
attacks
that'd be
you. It's
good.
hostile.
No, I mean that'd be good if you could like tame
Yeah.
it and like get it to
Mhm.
attack other players. That'd be really good. Since like horses don't really do much
Mhm.
combat wise, so it'd be really cool having like a rideable mob that could like
Yeah.
attack people as well.
Mhm.
Like if they run into you, it would like knock them back, and then you could like shoot them with an arrow.
Mhm.
You know what I'm still mad about in Minecraft?
What?
That there's not fucking obsidian tools. Because that was literally like one of the first like tools that like people made.
And mods, yeah.
No, I just mean in real life.
Oh,
Like obsidian tools are like so
yeah.
common. Like spears or like probably hoes. Like you could probably make anything with them. Especially with like how hard the material is. Like I'm surprised
Yeah.
they went with like diamonds over.
I think it's because they want it to be a lot more like fun and like
Yeah, like I get that. Like there's the
Mhm.
allure of like diamonds. I wish
Yeah.
they would still add obsidian tools at the very least, if not armor. Because like there's no wood armor. There's leather
Well, I mean,
tools
the
or
point that's
there's
supposed to
leather.
be the leather is meant to be like the complement to wood.
I know, but still, it would be a nice like
Yeah.
compliment, I guess. Emerald
So I think there should
tools.
be some form of drawback for the obsidian tools if they're going to be better than diamond.
Yeah, maybe a little slower, but have like hella
Yeah.
durability.
Yeah, like so an obsidian axe would have the slowest like charge up ever, but it would pretty much kill everything in one hit.
Yeah, and if you could like enchant an obsidian pickaxe with like efficiency, then maybe it could be like a little faster than a diamond pick and
Yeah.
have more durability. So like there's that sort of balance thing. That'd be cool.
And I'm guessing the obsidian sword would be kind of similar as well, except maybe you would have because now with the new updated oh no wait never mind the basically with the ability to with the sword you swing it and it can hit multiple mobs at
Yeah,
once.
yeah, the whole like side
Yeah,
swing. Yeah, I
and
like that.
for the obsidian, what you could do is you would have like an even wider field of hitting things.
But have like slightly less damage.
That or like just making it really slow.
I see. Yeah, because obsidian is like heavy. Unless you like
Yeah.
broke the obsidian into like chunks, which would make sense.
Even still, I think like the sake of balance and not making all these people's like hard work they put into like perfect enchantment diamond stuff entirely obsolete.
Yeah. Oh man, what else is there? What was I gonna say before? I was gonna say something about. Oh yeah, when we were talking about like Mario and Luigi, I'm pretty sure I've told you before, but I want to do like a review series of like all the Mario and Luigi games,
Yeah.
and I feel like now would be a good time, especially since it seems like they're coming to a close,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I don't know how I would handle the remakes. I guess just like have half of it be for the original. But there's already that guy who does like the remake or rebreak, which is like comparing the original to the remake.
Yeah, but you should not have to compare yourself to him.
Yeah, of course.
Even if you have similar points, you should be able to air out your own
If
opinions.
it is just a review, yeah. Because like my main thing that I feel like I would talk about is like people were complaining about how they changed the enemy design. But Superstar Saga was made at a point in time when there wasn't really like concrete designs for like any
For
Mario
yeah.
enemy ever. Like everything was just basically like them having fun, and like I do think it would have been cool if they reworked them, but then I feel like longtime Mario fans would just be like confused. They
Yeah.
like wouldn't know like what any of these guys are or what they're supposed to do. So I feel like by like familiarizing them and like making them like more normal looking is like okay for the sake of like the remake. Like the original still definitely has its charm in that regard, but like it makes
Yeah.
more sense in the context of like when the game came out, which was like not even that long after Mario 64, which was still before Bowser even had like a concrete design because he looked weird as
Yeah.
hell in that game. And like Bowser looked different in like every game until like Dream
Yeah.
Team, until they had those models that they could just keep reusing. Even in like the first three games, like the first three DS games, they were all like slightly different styles, like every Mario sprite.
Yeah.
And you know, when Dream Team first came out, I was like, wow, these graphics look great. I would love to see the original games remastered with this art style. And I was like,
Yeah, I
oh
remember
boy.
that meme you posted
Yeah.
with the fucking sad Doge.
Little me didn't know any better. I say little, but I was 15 at the time, but I am 21 now, so that's weird to think
So
about.
that's pretty little.
Existential crisis aside.
Uh, Man, were we were we like hanging out No, wait. I think we were hanging out right at the end of you being 15 because you invited me to your 16th birthday.
Right. I was just thinking about this earlier today. I don't even remember when I got your Discord.
It
Was
was
it
a
like,
Skype. It was my Skype.
oh yeah, that had to have been it. I
Remember we
probably
saw
like,
like a movie together. You were doing your Totodile solo run of
oh
Soul
yeah.
Silver. I
What
forget what
movie
movie
was
we
it?
saw.
Oh yeah, it
I
was
don't know.
oh yeah, were we talking about that on another episode? We couldn't
I
fucking
think
remember what
so.
movie we saw with your
Was it
grandma.
Ice Age?
I don't think
It was an
so.
animated
Which
movie.
Ice Age?
I don't know. It was an animated movie of some sort.
I feel like we're just running in circles.
Yeah, but you know what? That's fine.
If you find out like what movie it was, I need to know.
Yeah, I need to find out what year it was because it was if it was the same year that I went to your party. So you were 16 in what year?
2014.
Animated movies.
I was born in
2014.
'98, so that 16 would have been my birthday.
So I don't know what we saw. God, there was the Lego Movie, Big Hero 6, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Book of Life, Mr.
I don't
Peabody
think
and
I
Sherman Box
saw
Girl,
Big Hero
Rio
6
2.
in wait, it might have been Big Hero 6?
I don't think so.
I don't remember seeing it in theaters, but I feel like I have a ticket for it somewhere. I'm not sure.
Maybe it was a 2013 movie.
I think so. I don't know. Yeah,
Big
something
Movie
that came out
2,
like
The
earlier.
Croods, Monsters University, Planes, Turbo, Epic, Frozen, How to the Chance of Meatballs 2, Dave from Planet Earth.
I never saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 in theaters. I just saw it on Netflix.
Anime movies 2012. Brave, Wreck-It Ralph, Pirates, Band of Misfits.
I never
Rise of
saw
the Guardians,
Brave either.
German.
Was it Wreck-It Ralph? I feel like I remember
Does it-
seeing that with friends, but not the friends I think it was.
There's a chance it could be Wreck-It Ralph.
Because I think the friend I wanted to see it with had already seen it like 10 times because he was like obsessed with it.
The Lorax?
I never saw the Lorax in theaters.
Ice Age Continental Drift came out in 2012.
I don't think that was it. I think I saw that with one of my mom's friends and her kids.
2011, Rango. I saw Rango with my grandma, but I don't think it was with you.
No, I don't think so either.
2022.
I think I saw Rango with my dad.
God, Romeo and Juliet, the animated classic, came out in 2011.
I never saw that
Needs
either.
Moms was 2011?
Oh god.
Mars Needs Moms was 2011? Are you fucking with me?
That's weird. Wasn't that like the worst selling movie like of all time?
No,
Where's
that movie
grossing?
made 39 million US dollars and had a budget of 150 million. It made a loss. But you know what the worst selling movie of all time I think I remember was?
It was that one Canadian movie, right, with Sasquatch?
No, it's this movie called Gooby.
Yeah, isn't that it? It was like the bear or
No.
whatever.
Yeah, it's like a bear.
Yeah, that was it, okay.
$6.5 million budget and made $3,234 in the box office.
Oh my god. Oh dude, I was talking about the longest movies ever made with my friends in the car one time. Hold
Yeah.
on, I gotta pull up the wiki page again. I want you to guess. Okay, list of longest films. Experimental films. Okay. This is no holds barred, like anything goes, any movie, not just like released in theaters.
Yeah.
But I want you to guess how long the longest independent film ever is when it was made. And the year it was released in 2012. I want you to guess.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say 100 hours.
Not even close.
What was it?
35 days, 17 hours.
Huh?
857 minutes. Or 857 hours. My bad. 857
That-
hours.
That is kind of crazy.
1 month.
One full fucking
I want to read this to you. Logistics Art Project is a 2012 experimental art film conceived and created by Erica Magnuson and David Anderson, both spelled with 2 S's. At 51,420 blaze it minutes. It is the longest film ever made. The screening for this movie was screened at Uppsala City Library from December 1st, 2012 to January 6th, 2013. The holiday season. I want you to take yourself back to 2012, or just like imagine you're any adult or just like anyone. Like imagine spending your holiday season and a month at that watching this 35-day long movie.
Did it have like a plot, or was it just like a
I don't
bunch of like
know.
weird
It says it's an
experimental?
art film, so I'm not sure.
You know what someone
Production.
did? And you
It
know what
began in
is
2008.
you know what happened in 1993? Someone did a thing where they took the movie Psycho and they slowed it down to 2 frames a second, so it would be 24 hours long, and it was called 24 Hour Psycho.
The movie is 12 hours?
24 hours. It's Psycho,
No,
but
like the
slowed
original
down.
movie.
No, the original movie is like the original movie is probably an hour long,
Oh,
but it's like two since it's 24 frames a second, it's slowed down to two.
okay. So the plot of this movie in 2008, they asked themselves where modern electronic gadgets come from. They conceived the idea to follow the production cycle of a pedometer in reverse chronological order from end sales to its origin and manufacture. The route of the journey commenced in Stockholm and then proceeded through Insjön, Gothenburg, Bremerhaven. Are these like German? Rotterdam, and then
Probably.
finished in Shenzhen at the manufacturer in Baoan. I don't know what any of
Hmm.
these are. Okay, here's the kicker. The project was filmed in real time during a trip to and in
Hmm.
locations at a factory, following the route of the product's manufacturer from the store in Stockholm where it was purchased to the factory in China where it was manufactured.
Hmm.
So it's literally just a real time film of these people visiting the factories and plants where a pedometer was manufactured. Like, that's interesting, but not 35 days worth of my time interesting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they have films like that to like prove a point of that
Hmm.
sort of thing that are like a lot shorter. There are some that are just like
Yeah.
minutes long, and
Hmm.
it's just like I'm just imagining who was there on Christmas. Like people had to work there to screen the movie. So
Yeah.
some poor guy had to work on Christmas at wherever this thing was being screened to screen this movie. Unless it was just like a public thing and they just left it running. I have no idea.
Imagine how much electricity costed for that
Mm.
35 days.
They're like trying to send this message of being like environmentally conscious. And they're like, you left the projector running for 35 days.
Oh yeah.
And you took up lots of public space. Oh my god. Why
Oh fuck.
December? That's like the worst month. Like why not over the summer when people are like not doing anything?
Yeah, like June,
That
or
would have
like,
been yeah.
what? I'd say even like probably last 5 days of August, all of
Yeah.
September.
Cuz like that way people are at least like I would say have it like end of July through August cuz that
Hmm.
way at least like people will still want to like maybe even like pay just to be in an air
Yeah.
conditioned building and they'll be like
Hmm.
sure I'll watch this movie for a little bit. Like do they expect anyone to watch it all the way through or like without skipping? Like they should just have like bookmarks where it's like here's the plant and they filmed the entire like I guess they filmed all their plane rides because it says it's in real time so it's like you're there with them.
Imagine being the editor for that movie.
Oh Jesus Christ, that'd be like editing this podcast except you actually have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
I can just jump around because I know what needs to be edited out but like if you're editing it and you weren't there or like if someone just gives this to you and they're like edit this
Yeah.
and you just have no idea what you're in for.
You think 35 days was the shortest he could get it cut without having to like
Maybe. I mean
really?
it's in real time too. So they probably didn't cut
Uh,
it. They probably just added like some shit at the beginning and the end. I have no idea. That was my first time ever like reading about that. I never read the synopsis. I was just like, oh, it's an art film. Let me see actually the longest cinematic film. I should look at that. Okay, experimental films be gone. Oh yeah, the runner up to that is only 10 days, by the way. So they fucking blew it out of the water. Okay, so that movie came out in 2011. So literally a year later, they blew that out of the water with their 30-day movie. Okay, longest. Oh, it came out this year. I forgot about that. The longest cinematic film, 21 hours 5 minutes.
Jeebus.
I think it's an Indian film actually.
I I watched one Bollywood movie from like in my film studies class.
Uh-huh.
It was called My Name is Khan, and it's about this it's about a it's about this autistic Indian guy. Basically after the September 11th attacks, he he has this like goal of like trying to meet the president and like tell him like my name is Khan and I'm not a terrorist
Uh-huh.
because of like the stereotype. Because he even though he was Indian, like people of his type
Yeah,
were
just like
still
darker
being
skin color.
profiled. Yeah.
I get
So he
that.
like he migrated out to America, and pretty much almost this whole movie is just shitting on this fucking mentally handicapped guy.
Oh, Jesus.
Like he meets this woman, he marries her, he like becomes like the father to her child, and then fucking the kid gets bullied, and then the kid like dies, and so
What?
like then she blames him, and and then he like runs into this weird like extremist group, and then he like gets caught in a hurricane in like the southwest. Then he gets arrested because when he was near the president, someone heard the word terrorist, so he got arrested and thrown into prison.
Just took it completely out of context.
Yeah, like
Oh,
literally
man.
it's literally pretty much 2 hours of a lower functioning mentally handicapped person just getting shit on.
That's messed
And
up.
it also ends with him meeting Obama, and and by the way, the person who they had who played Obama looked nothing and sounded nothing like him.
Oh boy. That's
Let
like
me
Sonic Adventure. They usually just kind of like when they can't depict the president for like legal reasons, they usually just pick like a generic looking guy, you know,
No,
like
but the thing is
Sonic.
though, purposefully
Yeah.
had him like do like the Obama isms, like the way he spoke and stuff.
Yeah,
Here's what he
yeah.
looked like.
Oh. Well, that's like Key and Peele. It's like you know that's Peele, but also
They had the thing is also they got a guy who looked kind of like George Bush when like because he got arrested like when Bush was still president.
lookalikes are hard to find, man. It's literally like one in a trillion.
I know, but still, it's like they could have done some like makeup or like
I don't know, man. Or just got a different guy.
they just hired the first guy that they found who could do an impression.
Michelle! They should have hired me. They should have hired Matt Watson. Michelle! I'm
Matthew
gonna put...
Blackface Watson.
Oh, God. Yeah, he actually did do that, didn't he? For the play. He was Mowgli, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, it was brown face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the film, the longest non-experimental film, it's called Amra Etka Cinema Bonobo, and it's a Bangladeshian film. I'm not going to
What's
read
it
the
about?
synopsis of that, but yeah, I just wanted to say that, because I should do that ASMR video, just reading the Wikipedia page for the longest film ever
Yeah.
made.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, hell. Maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know how good this microphone would be to suit ASMR.
Can't
I don't
be
know if
ASMR.
I don't know if it has like directional like can you tell which way I'm coming from if I talk over here
No,
or
you
if I
sound
talk over
farther
here?
away.
Okay.
No.
It's probably just the same then. I'll get a 3DO. That'll be my Patreon, my first Patreon goal to afford a
Buy a
3DO
3DO
microphone. Yeah. People always hold it like backwards. Like they'll be on the right ear and I'll hear it in my left and I'll be like, this is taking me out of it. I don't feel like I'm there anymore.
No, but for me, I think maybe it's because you're wearing your headphones wrong.
No, I don't do that. They're like curved so they like fit in your ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they were old earbuds, but I always looked at the letter on the earbuds because I'm like super OCD. Even if they're the exact same, if they're like labeled, I'm like, I have to put the L earbud in my left ear or else I will die.
Yeah.
Because then if I find out they're wrong, I'm going to feel like an idiot, even though literally no one can tell.
A dummy doo-doo idiot.
Shut up. My eyes are already stupid.
I don't want my ears to be stupid either.
Yeah, thank goodness. I think I have better hearing than my dad. Because every time I shout to my dad, like from across the room, he's like, come down here, I can't hear you. Or no, he doesn't say I can't hear you. He says, stop mumbling. I'm like, how am I mumbling? I was like, you're right in front of me and you can't hear me.
Mumbler.
Wider.
No, that's a reference to, I think, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake.
Oh,
When Johnny
oh, the
Depp,
Johnny
like,
Depp one. That one's funny.
right.
I like that one.
It's not as good as the original, but I think it has its own charm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I liked it. And how like I like how they like modernized it, where like John TV he played video games. Mm-hmm. He was like a TV gamer. And did they change anyone else really?
They made Violet more like they made her like have a soccer mom instead of a car dealer dad.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. He was funny.
Augustus was a lot more of a slob. Like you saw a lot more of him just like fucking eating gross shit with like no regard.
He literally eats the ticket in the original.
Yeah, he does.
And he I don't get that the original one thing I get kind of nitpicky about is that like the chocolate river, it looks just like water.
Yeah, but you know what happened? That actually was like a chocolate powder that they put in the water.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
but it was the 70s. Like
I know it's pretty good for its time. They did really well. Like I would not have guessed it was a 70s movie. Yeah. Like it definitely has the look, but like as far as like the like everything else in the movie, I'm like it seems like really advanced.
I think the movie shows its age when you get to the Oompa Loompa songs, like the lyrics on
I like them though; they're so funny.
That is a 70s. That's a very 70s.
Oh yeah, in the Johnny Depp one, they redid all the Oompa Loompa songs, and they're all like different genres.
The thing is though, those are the original lyrics in the remake. Those are the original lyrics from the book.
Oh wow!
They just entirely changed it in the first movie.
Yeah, but they had like different genres of music like in the remake. Mm-hmm. One of them was like a rap song, and one of them was like an orchestra or some shit. Like I don't remember, but one of them was really funny.
Mamba. Then after that, it was I know disco, and then there was hippie music. Then there was rock.
Dude, you're like Billy Quizboy from Venture Bros.
I mean,
know a bunch of trivia.
Roald Dahl's my favorite author.
Just like, what was the order of the song genres in the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory remake?
But it's just Roald Dahl's my favorite author, and like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is like my second favorite book from him.
Dude, they should do a death battle with Roald Dahl and Shel Silverstein, or like a rap battle. That'd be epic.
Epic rap battles of history.
Oh,
I'd watch that.
I said that without even thinking. I literally said that would be epic with complete, like, unironic.
Nice, Peter. I know you watch this podcast. You need to.
Welcome to the only podcast that gets listened to by everyone in the world. Don't ask why it only has like 10 views. Trust me, people hear it.
They're being processed.
They get the raw files in their emails every week. Yeah. They say, "Oh boy." Obama goes, "Oh boy, I can't wait to listen to that podcast from Candy Garner."
You're listening to this. I know you do. So,
dude, let's get him on the podcast. Find out who knows him, and then get our podcast to him.
Yeah, I'll just tweet him and be like, "Hey, you want to come on our podcast?"
I want to ask like when he started doing them and like how he was doing them for so long.
I know there was actually like a video by a YouTuber named Jay Aubrey who talked about it. At first, him and Lloyd, actually, it was a bit at a comedy club that they worked at.
Oh boy,
it was at an improv club that they worked at. It was called Celebrity Rap Battle.
That's awesome.
And the first one that was like recorded and that was released to the internet was Michael J. Fox versus Chucky. And and you could tell it was a improv bit. It was very like rough around the edges because like there were not that were
they in really, costume like were they?
No, it was just them. There's no video. It was just the audio file that got uploaded.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, and after that, what happened was then they thought, oh, this could be a fun video series, and then they did the first one that they ever made, which was John Lennon versus Bill O'Reilly, and.
They should do a Beatles battle royale.
Beatles versus
No, like all the Beatles versus each other.
Oh yeah, to see who's best because everyone always does the comparison.
They all had solo careers too, so it would work. There's a lot of potential for like Beatles references and like solo career song references.
They never really had done something like that before. What they mostly did was
if it was like a tournament.
If it was what they normally have done. What they normally do is just two, and then someone else comes in, and then
like someone interjects. Dude, that was like the hypest shit when you were like 10 years old. You're like, oh my god, there's a third person.
Yeah, the thing is, though, they're still like keeping up the quality. Like,
what
they've done recently. like one of my favorite ones they've done recently was Richard Pryor versus George Carlin.
Oh my God.
And what happens is basically after the first verse from both fucking Bill Cosby shows up, and then
Oh.
he gets roofied, and he was roofied by Joan Rivers, and then Joan Rivers just comes in, and then after Joan Rivers, Bill Cosby comes up for a little bit, and she hits him on the head with something, and she throws it, and then after she throws the item, you see it's a lamp, and then
What is that a reference to?
and no, listen, I'm not done yet. And then
Oh.
after she's done with her verse, Robin Williams pops out of it.
What? Like a genie lamp?
Yeah, it was a genie lamp. That's what she hit him over the head with and
God.
threw.
Do you think Robin Williams is happy?
I think so. I think if there is an afterlife, I think he's doing well.
Yeah.
Knowing the legacy that he's left and how many people he's.
Oh yeah,
he's
totally.
touched.
Didn't they not get him for like one of the later Aladdin movies, and it's like super obvious?
No, it was because he didn't want to work with Disney after that, because they made like a deal where it's like, I'll do the voice for Genie if you don't use it in any of the promo, if you don't use me in any of the advertisements.
Really?
And then they're like, sure.
That's kinda hard.
And they did it anyway.
He's like central to the movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he just didn't want to be like merchandise.
I see.
And
That's fair.
And then Disney did it anyway. And
So
then
he
after that, he was
left?
like, yeah, he was like, fuck you. And then they got Dan Castellaneta, the
Oh,
voice of
boy.
Homer Simpson, to do it.
To do Genie in the second one?
And he does it for pretty much every other Genie role. He
Oh
did it in
yeah, and like Kingdom
as
Hearts.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what's funny? Someone when I was watching this streamer, someone pointed out, she's like, and after there was said, she's like, I can only hear Homer Simpson.
Wish. Genie. I gotta watch Simpsons someday. Dude, I want to ask Nice Peter if he could actually collaborate with the Gamer for God, Ryan McGee. I want to see them write a thing together. That would be so
That would
good.
be
Because
so
if
fun.
Ryan wrote that song on his own, like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty decent.
And Matt
for, like,
can
a
rap.
parody.
Matt can rap.
Yeah.
So if Ryan can write and Matt can rap, they could easily both do something like really good.
Yeah, I think Super Mega versus.
No, just like they could play their own characters or something. Just like even Matt was like, I want to bring Game Dude back or Noob Dude. And
Yeah,
I can't remember
Noob
if it was one of their
reviews.
Let's Plays or podcasts or something, but I'm like, I'm glad that he actually shows interest in like wanting to do it again and not just have it be like a one-time thing. I can't believe he actually poured like Vaseline all over himself just to
I
look
know.
greasy. He could have
Just to
easily
look-
accomplished that with like a spray bottle and just
Yeah.
made himself look really sweaty. But he went like above and beyond with fucking Vaseline. He said he got like really bad acne after that.
Matt Watson is the YouTube equivalent of Heath Ledger.
He's so committed to the
with
bit.
Joker for the Batman from The
Oh,
Dark Knight
God.
Rises.
Jesus. Are you gonna see the new Joker movie?
I probably will after a few weeks of it being in theaters, because
Yeah.
there are all the threats and stuff.
So it's
It
not so
looks
crowded
good.
either.
I'm excited. I want to give it a shot because
Yeah.
it looks interesting.
Joaquin Phoenix is a funny man. He's done some good
He's a
stuff.
good actor.
Yeah.
He's an excellent actor. I think if the directing is good. My only issue that I've heard from listening to other non-spoilery reviews is that they try to kind of force it into other Batman stories.
see.
And I think that's kind of, if that's the only thing I have a problem with it, then I think it'd still be like,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna very thoroughly enjoy it as this weird like character study of this slowly mentally degrading man.
Yeah, I would like it if it was just like if it is just like a spin-off sort of like focus on the side character
Yeah.
sort of thing. That'd be cool. That just reminded me they're making that fucking Suicide Squad reboot with James Gunn.
Yeah,
I hope
James
that's
Gunn,
good.
who's gonna actually make it good.
Yeah. I think he can do it well. And I'm
Yeah, I
excited
mean,
for
he's-
Guardians 3.
Yeah,
I'm glad that
He's
still
bringing-
gets to
I mean,
happen.
he's bringing back Margot Robbie, so she has a chance of actually being good this time.
Who is she?
She was Harley Quinn in Suicide
Oh,
Squad.
yeah, she was good.
She was a good actress. It's just that she wasn't given anything funny
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, basically, except for that washing machine thing. And then someone
Yeah.
was like, "Do you have any other slogans from like Hot Topic?"
But yeah, and there's a photo of the first day of production
Oh boy.
and of all
Is
the
Will
actors.
Smith going to be in the reboot?
No, you know who is? John
Oh,
Cena. John Cena's in. He's in this new movie.
Is he going to be Deadeye or whatever his name is?
I don't know.
What was
All
his
I know
name?
is that- I'm
What
not
was
sure.
even this
Oh, the
character's
boomerang
name?
guy?
Yeah, Will Smith.
No, that's yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know, but
What's
I
this
know Will
character's
Smith's not
name?
going to be in it.
Yeah, hold on one sec. What was his fucking name? Deadshot. I was
Yeah,
right. Wow, I was right. I
yeah.
guessed that.
Deadshot is not going to be in it, I
I
think. Or
guessed that.
if not Will Smith, not Will Smith's one.
Oh my god. Dude,
What the
Jared Leto
fuck?
looks so fucking weird. He doesn't look like
Yeah,
the same person in the movie. Oh yeah, Margot Robbie. Yeah, I could see her. She definitely did the role well, at least like.
yeah. Also, the Jai Courtney, he played like the Australian guy with the boomerang. He's coming
Yeah,
back.
who just
That's
like
good.
died in the first scene because he was
Yeah.
stupid. God, I hated that. They
Well,
were
at least
just.
he's gonna.
It's like they realized they had too many characters and they were like, oh, we gotta write someone
Yeah.
off.
Honestly,
Oh my
okay, I
fucking
was just
god.
scrolling. I was just looking, and people are looking through the goddamn. Someone
Wait,
was fucking spamming the replies with the fucking old jokes he made from 2012.
James Gunn?
Yeah, remember that's why he
Stupid.
got.
Yeah, I
That's why he
know.
got
It's
removed from
stupid.
Guardians.
I looked up Will Smith's Suicide Squad, and the first thing was an article that was titled, Why Will Smith's Suicide Squad character Needed to Be Racist.
Huh?
I have no
What?
idea.
What stereotypical attributes did he have?
I have no idea. Can we end it on that? I don't know if I can go on after that.
Yeah.